Alright, here we go. Really wish my logo would show up for Kick, though. Alright, let's check. Sorry, guys, I'm checking things right now. Everything looks good. That looks good, that looks good. Now let's check this one because I actually have to have this one up. Great dashboard. Okay, cool. We're up and running. Hey, Holly. How's it going? I did not change my stream info on this one, though. Shit. Crap. No. Just got home. Nice. How was work? How was your day? Oh god, this I better mute this. Mute tab. Mute tab. Copy. Okay. Oh my gosh, so much stuff to do. Okay. Yeah, no, English. We're good. Stave. No! Why wouldn't it let me do that? Why are you being a dick? It sucked? Why did it suck? There we go. Okay, now it's saved. That only took 5 minutes. Okay, got both chats up. I can see both chats. Close my Discord for now. Alright, there we go. So, why did work suck? Is it a long day? Stream Elements is running over there, which actually have some things set up for that now. I think. Eyes going back and forth, back and forth. I really should just put the chats like beside each other, and then I can just stare at them. I just didn't want them right beside each other. Ooh, but busy means it goes by faster, though. Let's move this over here. No, beside. No, I want it beside this chat. Not on it. Beside it. Beside. There. Hold on. There. Okay, now the chats are like beside each other. How is it wrong? Tell me how it's wrong. There. Since I'm kind of waiting a little bit to actually get into the topic of tonight's stream. Talk to me. Tell me things. Speak to me. I don't know. I'm being weird now. Don't mind me. Oh, that's the other thing I forgot to do. Just super slow. Yeah, but it was extremely busy, but super slow. How does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. Muffin! How are you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. How's your weekend going? I'm good. Adjusting to the new content and trying not to do the whole fidget and twirl and chair thing, which is really hard because I can't just sit here and sit still. You're angry and bored. Well, that sounds about right. Go shoot something. On a game. On a game. Shoot something on a game. Let me just clarify that. Make sure everything is on and working. Hey, Dust, how's it going? Welcome in. Welcome to the green side of things. Just got home. Nice. So I will be covering the main topic that is in the title today. Struggling while making content and streaming. Okay. Too dark for target shoot. Okay. Hello, TC. Welcome in. I am live on both, FYI, guys, just so you know. So if you aren't following the other, please do so. I really gotta quit this swiveling back and forth, but it keeps me sane. Because I can see myself as I'm staring at the chat, so it's like right there, and I'm like, I don't if it's gonna get in trouble though, Holly, I recommend gameplay over people shooting. I love that. Hi, Pipe. So yeah, it'll just be me on tonight. I was gonna have people jump on. Hey, Cap, how's it going? How you doing? I was gonna have people like come on and rotate in and throughout, but one puts you in jail, Holy. Okay, one is not a good thing. So do the other. It's less jaily. I was gonna have guests on tonight, but I decided that we're gonna just do an actual conversation where we all go back and forth in chat and here, and we are going to talk about the struggles of streaming and creating content. Because I figured that's something that we should have a discussion of while on live. I think we all struggle with that at times, in my personal opinion, because I know I struggle with it at times. Okay, Buttworks finally appeared over there. Okay. Yes, you are. Best thing I can say to that, and make sure the night before, if you can, go to bed a little earlier than you usually do and prepare for it. But time span that you have for yours is actually a good time span. At least you're not going from like say like 8 to 8 in the morning. That would be more of a struggle. You're going from noon to midnight. It's not so much of a struggle, but it's gonna have its lull times. You're gonna have people coming in and out. I really messed up my wrist. I don't know how. It hurts today. Now we can compare notes after that weekend on who had the longer weekend. Just throwing that one out there. I am really enjoying though using my earbuds for stream. I feel like I need to check something though. As I know I had set up alerts, but I wasn't getting alerts. Twitch. Bright screen. Hold on, guys. I can't see anything right now. Well, if you can, you can. Or if you can, sleep like as long as you can before you have to start stream. I still don't want that. I want this settings. Active. Okay. Active. The alerts are so slow on this thing. Which that one should be this. Quick alerts. This should be advanced properties. Sorry, I'm also figuring shit out at the moment. See, I should hear that. I don't know if you guys heard that, but I sure in the hell did not hear that. Audio. Alright, let's do that. Apply. Now I'm gonna test it because now I want to know if I hear it. So bizarre. I don't understand why. Sorry guys, now I'm having technical difficulties. The joys, speaking of, you know, streamer issues. Actually, I wonder if I do this. If I do that, if I can unhear them. Well, this is good to know that I don't have these working at the moment. Sounds. Well, they're set as my default right now, so... Oops, I'm going to use this device. Yes, that's what I wanted. I don't understand. It broke. I broke it. Output. Audio. Why is everything so broken today? It does say it's connected, because that's a thing, too. Connected? Yeah, okay. I don't understand. I think I broke it. As per usual. Okay, well, things are working, but not working. And why are things not working? I don't understand. There's always tech issues, right? Always. I try. I can't help myself. Like, I have things set up right. It's just I haven't used my earbuds with this really yet much. Like, it worked with Twitch. I just don't understand why I'm not hearing my... Oh, I can do vertical layout. That kind of sounds like nice. Advanced audio? No, that's not what I want. Properties? Okay, well that's all correct. I don't understand. I guess I just don't get to hear my alerts. That's fine. Is it really worth it to, like, bitch and complain? But yeah, anyways, topic today. The struggles of streaming and content creation. What are your guys' struggles? I know what mine are. I'm a squirrel and I can't keep fucking focused on like two things as I sit here and try and fix this. Apply, okay. Because yeah, I don't really want it to come through my speakers because I have them turned off anyways, so that is a big one for a lot of people actually, and it's not easy. And the thing is it doesn't mean that there's necessarily no one in chat. They just might not be, they might be lurking, right? Like a lot of people will sit there and they will lurk in the background, and sometimes they'll just have you up to listen to you. And that too, though, it's like you don't want to have too much going on either, because then people are like, oh, okay, well, they're just not paying attention. It's not an easy juggling act for sure. I'm gonna hurt my dog. She's crying outside the door. I have my door shut today because my child has a friend over, so. See, luckily I just ramble on about anything that I'm doing, so it's not that hard. And if people want to join in, they join in. If not, I'm just usually the one sitting there going la 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 da 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 da. Just to make sure my headphones are actually working. Yeah, they're working. I just don't understand why I'm not getting the alerts. I don't want that song. Nope. Thank you. You're back. Welcome back. We are discussing the struggle of dealing with chat not answering while you're in there talking right now. But they're not working. Do you guys hear them? Like, do you guys hear them when I test them? Okay, well, I don't know why I don't hear them. I can't figure that out right now. And I'm not really understanding why it's being like that, to be honest. See, I don't agree with seeing your viewer count. And I wish on mobile you can get rid of it. Because my biggest struggle was seeing the viewer count and praying that someone would answer me in chat. That was my biggest struggle. I'm gonna have to play music because I can't sit here in quiet, because I am literally sitting here in quiet. You guys just won't be able to. I won't have it playing through. It's too quiet in my own head. That was a delay. Because when I started streaming, I was on my phone. I had my phone for chat, and that was pretty much it until I got like a laptop. And to get a laptop, I just went through one of those financing companies where I was able to finance my laptop, pay it off, and then gave that one to my oldest daughter, and then did it with another one, which is the secondary laptop I have now. We're gonna just mute that because we don't need that coming through. Way to the end of the world. Okay, those can go away for now because I'm not using those right now. I definitely do have to say though, like having the PC has definitely been a game changer. But everything is doable from even if just getting a cheap laptop. I used to use Lightstream for everything. See, I didn't get a loan. I used a company called MDG. They do monthly payments over a certain amount of time. It's not an it wasn't an actual company. Like that's how I got my kid's mattress because I can't afford to go buy her new one. So I'm paying for it monthly. Yes, they have a high interest. I'm not saying that I don't, but it works to build your credit too. I don't want this on. Well, this one. Can't remember what I pay monthly for the laptop, but I believe it was like 30 something dollars. It's paid off now. I paid off both of them. That's 2 laptops through them. And I got a TV and a Switch through them. Plus I also got a mattress. Like they're a company that I can get like many things through. Monitor is the next thing. I might get the other child a PC through them actually, because they actually sell gaming PCs as well. They're not like name brand, but they're something she can start with. Feel the same fixation. Just trying to find my payments, but yeah, I think they were like $30 a month or some shit, or 100. No, it was $60 a month for the laptop. Canadian, mind you. Oh, and FYI on Kick, you gotta watch your messages because sometimes they won't send. So if it's a longer message, I recommend you highlighting it, copying it, and then sending it in case you need to resend it. FYI, just there's been issues with that since it's still in beta form. How? Oh, because it was randomly not sending your messages? Yeah. So if it's an important message that you can't remember to retype, just copy and paste it because it's been an issue. I haven't had that issue much. It's been a delay sometimes, but other than that, it hasn't been too bad. Yeah, PC doesn't seem too bad. I think it's a mobile thing. Yeah, no, if you can find a company like MDG, if you want, I can send you the link. I don't know if there is an American version of them, but you might be able to see if there is. And they're a financing company. Like they have a list of things that are available on their website to get financing for people who have a hard time with credit. Like that's part of the reason why I've been able to build my credit up again. I've done technically, okay, so in the last, I want to say 14 years with them. I've been with them for 14 years, yes. I've gotten 3 laptops. My ex broke my other one finally died. It went to computer heaven. Um my first one. I got three laptops through them. I've gotten a TV and a Switch through them. And a mattress. If I want to upgrade my mattress, I might just get another mattress through them because I can't afford to just go, hey, here's $700 for a fucking mattress. But it's a step to getting you in the right direction. Even if it's not the best of the best, it's a way to build your credit up. And you don't need the best of the best to stream. That is the biggest thing that people need to stop doing. Just stream with what you're using. Because who you are as a person is going to bring the people in, not what you have. In my opinion. So I realized it might have been my headphones going into sleep mode as well because I didn't have them. They do that. So I might test it out again now that I'm listening to music, but I don't know if it'll actually work. And I can see it working. Like, it works. Like, I see the volume going and everything, but it's not going to my headphones, and I don't know why. I don't understand. And it's set to my headphones. Yeah. Videos. Nah, everything hates me. Monitoring device. Headphones. Of course. Default. Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, whatever. I think the biggest mistake people make is thinking they have to have everything to be a streamer, but you don't. You really don't. You just need your fucking what you stream on. What you game on, literally, and a phone, and you're fine. You can do it forever. There are people out there that just console stream and don't use computers. And make it big, like, and they don't even use cams even. So. Sorry about like the testing of everything, but it's like I don't understand why it's not working and it's actually driving me a little insane. Never knew. Worry about the distance. Matter if it's I don't understand. I have everything set up properly. I don't understand. Ugh, that's so broken. At least it's not yelling at me like it was yesterday, so that's always a plus side. And it shouldn't be going to the other headphone because it's like non-existent anyways. shouldn't need both in. Now I can't hear anything, so that's always fun. At the distance, Alright. Pull this up, do this, that. Feeling alright. Alright, everything looks good. Alright, I'm just not gonna worry about the alerts right now. I'll deal with them later. Anyone else think of any other struggles as a streamer slash content creator? Wow. Yes, TC, I know. I'm not wanting a beast of a PC for streaming. I want it for games, but I'm just using consoles. All of my games would be on. So, yes, I get the switching would be easier because you'd be able to keep like screen up. But that also being said, it just puts it on a pause screen depending on what system you're on. I still prefer stream like gaming on my console over my PC. Especially right now with my wrist being fucked up. I actually like jumped on and fed my dinos for the first time in like a week and a half because I haven't been on gaming at all. With that being said, with my messed up wrist, it's been a little difficult to keyboard and mouse it because I don't have a controller set up to my thing. From PlayStation. Okay, yeah. So switching systems. I don't know if that'd actually be easier or not, though. Other than, like, you'd have to have a bigger capture card to be able to put, like, more than one system through it. My capture card only has the one in and one out. I would definitely, yeah, I'd look into what kind of capture cards you can get to hook up multiple systems to. Otherwise, you're unplugging and replugging back in. TC, actually, do you have a capture card with more than one thing that you can plug in to do that with? Is that even a thing? Now I'm gonna look this up because now I'm curious. Curiosity will kill me one of these days, guys. Yeah, you're gonna need more than one capture device. You're gonna need a big fucking PC. Bigger than you think. Arc alone takes up majority of the memory on my computer, and I have a terabyte. You're gonna need a big memory card, like a big memory, like lots of memory. And just building mine, that wasn't cheap. Right now. Yeah, see, most of my games are still on my Xbox right here beside me. I use a capture card. Yeah, see, that's right now, realistically, is that in your budget though? See, once I'm done with this PC and I can't take it any farther, it's going to my kid. Like, I will upgrade myself one later on in life, but this was my starter PC. And I want a dual PC system, so all my streaming stuff's on one PC and then all my gaming stuff's on another. Not like I'm actually going to be doing any freaking... won't be gaming much on stream anymore, unless it's like a really long stream and then we'll be doing gaming, but... This is my content now. This is who I am. This is what I want to be doing with my life. And it's finally nice to be able to do this. In my arms. So, that's like over $500 freezing. Everything's fine. Weird. Everything was fine on my end. Might be the app. Because even my bitrate and everything's good. Really? Because it didn't on my end. Like, it still says I've been streaming for 37 minutes. On Kick, on my dashboard. Oh, how many fucking viewers does he have right now? 57. And the other guy has 54. So yeah, no, there's gonna be issues. They tried to fix it, but... Alone. Yeah, my YouTube's doing good. My bitrate looks fine. It's still in the green. Mind you, it doesn't show me the bitrate going to Kick, though. It only shows me the bitrate going to YouTube, because that's the main broadcast I have. Kick is my secondary broadcast on my multiple output. Oh my god, words. Because the only way I could figure out how to do that was to make Twitch or Kick second to YouTube, because YouTube I couldn't pull up. Now I gotta remember what I was trying to say. It was in my plan. My brain just went blank. No, it's okay. Now I gotta try to remember my train of thought there. I am... Yeah, that happens. That happens when I record shit, too. I'll sit there and go, fuck, where was I going with that? I was more talking about, like, a budget monthly plan. Like, do you have, like, an actual plan? Like, I was talking about, like, how, you know, I have my PC, and it's my plan to send this down to the kid once I eventually decide to save up for a new PC. So, make sure it's still within your means when you are working to get that, but maybe get, like, a beginner one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't go all out. I don't know. I'm trying to remember exactly what the fuck I just said, so that's a little hard. And I won't know until I go back to the VOD. So when I go watch the VOD, I will let you know what I was meaning. You can find the YouTube VOD in that podcast channel section. I need to steal the frickin' wrap from the child because I hurt my wrist. Okay, I'm just checking things, making sure everything looks good. Because I have both streams actually like pulled up on the computer. So I don't just rely on OBS. Because OBS will keep going. And surprisingly enough, I actually have like full Wi-Fi right now, which is weird because I have 2 kids here on the freaking internet. See, the PC I wanted was going to be over $2,000. I could not imagine spending that because $14,000, I want you to convert that to Canadian. Do that. Go convert that to Canadian. You tell me how much it would be for me to buy that PC. Like, if you can get a loan for that, do it. But the company I told you about isn't going to give you a loan. It's going to... You have to pick from their website. Actually, I wonder if I can... Oh. So, they do have a US website. FYI. Oh, that's not what I wanted. So, this is the website I was talking about. So, like, they have desktop computers and stuff. They don't have many options, but it's like their beginner systems. And they, like, have, you know, monthly prices and everything, so. Ooh, I like that monitor, actually. Don't think that one's on the Canadian website, though. Just to give you, like, kind of like an idea of what I was talking about, like, that's kind of like what I was telling you about. So, they actually, like, have things on their website that's strictly what it's used for. No, 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 no. Ooh, I could get an Elite controller for like $13 every 2 weeks. They definitely have more options for Canadians under the desktop computers, by the way. But No, I think my biggest thing though, like about the people thinking that they have to, like in general, when you scroll through TikTok and you scroll through freaking Twitter and you scroll through feeds like that, most of the stuff you see is you need to have this, you need to have that, you need to have this. If you want to start off streaming, you need a PC, you need this, you need that, you need this. And it makes people feel intimidated about streaming. Because I've come a long way in the last year and a half. I've been able to buy me a PC. It cost me $1,930 for mine. Yeah, see? So when I originally looked at a PC and was like, yeah, I'm going to use this company because I know it's a good company, and I got to the checkout for my PC that was in my budget for 19, it like doubled it. And I was just like, oh, okay, now time to look at Canadian sites. Yes, Kick is working. Thank you for the lurk, Icarus. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Ghostly, welcome into our struggles of streaming and content creating stream. We are just talking about PCs and how much they cost, which some are ridiculously expensive. Like the PC I originally want is way more than what I can afford right now. Thank you, Icarus. I appreciate the lurk over on YouTube. Well, I find that a lot of beginner streamers do find the struggle of starting off streaming is that they have to have the best of the best, and they have to have this and everything else. Icarus, you're being yelled at on Kick. Just FYI. You really don't. Like, look where I started off. I had my Let me rephrase this. If you go back on my TikTok and you find my original content videos before I started streaming, my phone was in my lap and I was recording my replays off of Fortnite. Then I downloaded the Twitch app because you had to have an app on Xbox to start streaming. And then I hit that button and just streamed from my Xbox and used my phone for my chat. And then when I got the laptop, the kiddos would monitor my stream off the laptop. So, and now look, I have, and I was optimistic back then. I jumped and bought the capture card and everything else. Right? Like, and I bought everything over time. Like, eventually bought that camera and used it with my original Xbox, even though, like, the port for it was, like, wobbly and wiggly and it would cut out every now and then. But I use it. You don't need to stream with a camera. There are so many people out there that don't stream with a camera. I'm not saying people need to. For me, I needed it eventually because this is where I was hoping to head with my content. And me realizing, hey, you're a dumbass. You have a fucking PC. You can now do this content if you want to. You don't have to game to have content. And then I bought my cheap little mic. My mic is like $40. And it's cute and adorable, and I love it. Then don't get a cam. Look into being a VTuber. Get a VTube. Oh gosh, no. You definitely don't need the best of the best to start. Rain just won't quit. See, I want to find a pair of these that are actually meant for the computer. Yeah, start. You're not getting one what? You don't want a VTuber? The only reason why I say like a VTube, oh cam, yeah, don't get one. You don't need one. for the type of content I wanted to get into, which is I wanted to do podcasts. So for me, I needed a cam. But seriously though, VTuber would give you an opportunity to be able to do just chatting. If you're like having a moment where it's like it's an intense conversation, you can just switch to a just chatting screen and be able to do that. It's a thought. And the way that I've seen VTubes like progress over the last year have been insane. Hold on. What? Hi. Did you just have a shower?
Yeah.
What the hell? Yeah, you guys, just as long as there's no one in the field. Without the dogs?
Yeah.
If you put them in the kennel? Because I'm streaming.
Lucy got hold of a bone. So I had to get her a treat so she wouldn't bite us.
Okay.
She didn't bite us.
How'd you get the bone, though?
It was on there when I was having a shower.
Yeah, I told you before you left.
That.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Interruption moment.
I didn't know she had the bone. And Lizzie tried to get it, but she got
it. No, I don't want her to get bit.
No,
so,
that's why I got the treat.
Resource guarding.
I threw it far away so I can grab it and so she wouldn't bite me.
Okay, so you got it, though? It's in the garbage?
Oh, yeah. It is
now. They can go in the kennel, but when you guys come... Actually, before you put them in the kennel, take them out, please. Hi, Luce.
Hi, little shithead.
I have a rebel in here, too. Hello, Floofer dog. Oh, yeah, they've improved a lot, the VTubers. The child wants to have one. My coffee? What is she?
She's happy.
Yeah, apparently. My dog just got her tail in my coffee.
Well, because the bone sometimes helps teething, but I don't think you want
Yeah, I don't think she should have had that bone, though.
I didn't mean for her to, but she's happy now.
Well, as long as she didn't bite Evie, we're good.
No, she didn't. She didn't bite me.
Okay, well, I don't... The floof?
Did I see you?
No, they can't see
She's
you.
mad at me right now. Because I spanked her.
Fuck.
She's mad at me.
Drop it! Drop it!
Oh my god, dog.
Drop it!
Fucking...
Yeah, she was in your room.
No, there was a piece left on the ground.
Okay,
Evie's
take them out.
Okay.
I have it.
I'm done with you, dog.
Hey, no, be nice. Be nice.
Let's go.
Take the dogs out for a pee.
Enough, you too.
Okay, so apparently the dogs got one of the rib bones. That was fun. Anyways, I'm back. Sorry about that. Chaos, as per usual. My life wouldn't be anything else. Alright, where were we? What were we talking about? Squirrel effect. I swear to God, sometimes just happens. VTubers. Oh, yes, VTubers. I think they're a good way to still have something on the screen so people don't feel like they're just watching a game. Because then they can at least see if you're moving. But I've always... Yes, thank you, Ghostly, for keeping me on track. Well, the only reason why I bring it up, like... Thank you. I appreciate you guys keeping me on track when I get interrupted by a child. To me, sitting there and just seeing gameplay... Even if it is a voice, sometimes I understand the not wanting to stay for some people. I recommend looking into it at least. Only because you're gonna get more interactions of people that come in. Yeah, I know, I can't keep myself on track. We're shit, but I can keep other people on track. Not a problem. I think I've helped you with that in your chat even. But like... having people so that they can see something that they can kind of like focus on, like be like, hey, there is someone actually there. It's not just like, hey, it's just a game with a voice. I don't know. It gives that extra connection without actually having to have a cam. I'm just so happy I figured this fucking blur background shit out because it makes me happy. which this will not be on as of next weekend because, yes, there will be a chair over here. All this stuff will be gone. There'll be stuff moved around and things will be revealed on the wall behind me and everything else. But my shirt is here tomorrow. It's just something else to give people like that extra way to connect with you. And it doesn't have to be like all like, how do I put this nicely? I love VTubers. I do. I always actually kind of wanted one, but now I'm like, I'm kind of about the podcast. I'm kind of getting past the staring at myself on a fucking screen while talking to you guys and watching chat. I'm working past that and I'm making myself work past that.
What are you live on?
I'm on Kick and on YouTube.
Okay.
Love you. Like, you don't have to go, like, to the extremes. You can make it look as realistic as you want. Like, there are people that will adapt it. Or you can have it as fairy tale, like as anime as you want. Like, there are so many ways to work with it. Someone I follow, Bubbles, she's amazing fucking streamer, but she's a VTuber. Her VTuber is insane. Right now it's a little, in a really cool color changing outfit that's a little lingerie style, but I love it. It looks great. And it's a way of, you know, expressing yourself. Hey, look, it's a TC over on YouTube. Hi, TC. You'll see this in about 30 seconds. Okay. So I'm hoping to, as we move forward, I'm going to be able to find more topics and more ways to like discuss things and find more people to bring on. I do want to do interviews with people. I do want to do that kind of stuff. Oh, nice. I like that. That makes me happy because the first time I streamed, it was like a 30-second delay. It was insane. And the second time was like a 20-second delay. As long as it's starting to get better, it's good. But the kids are also leaving, going for a walk, so there will be less strain on my Wi-Fi. And the other thing I always try and recommend people, promote your shit on TikTok and other platforms. Do your clips, and if you can, like, you can edit so much more now in the TikTok app alone. Just from, even if you just download your clips off Twitch onto your phone. Or if you do Xbox or PlayStation, there is, I think, a clip section when you're doing gameplay off stream like that you can clip and you can actually download it to your phone. I know with Xbox there is. I can't say it for PlayStation because I don't use PlayStation. And if you want another editing versions to edit it better, use CapCut. It's free. It gives you access to TikTok sounds and everything else, and you can actually do slow-mo, you can do effects. So much you can do from just your phone. Like, you don't need a PC pretty much. The only thing you don't get is like the sound alerts and stuff. I really hope she's not too far. I wanted her to lock the door, actually. Get it, Rebel. My cat's in here. Oh, hey, speaking of child, I just messaged you. Is the front door locked? Have you left yet? If you have not left yet, can you lock the front door? Hi. I'm with the dogs. Okay, can you lock the front door when you leave? So I don't have headphones in and I can't hear anything? Thank you. Look, it's a child. Yeah. Thank you for the follow, kiddo. I don't know why my alerts aren't working, but they're not. Hello, other child. Thank you for coming in on my rant. Actually, well, I don't forget. I need to do something. I need to do something. Snacks are important. I like snacks. Snacks are very important. Alright, there we go. I fixed it. Hey, child, if you look beside your name, you have a fun little thing beside it now if you type in chat. Oh, I said I think I've helped you keep track of yourself in your own chat. Yo, from YouTube. Hey, look at that. Everyone's on everything. I love this. You have a blue crown, child. Yes, that means you have power. Which scares me. Just like you do on YouTube. Ooh, thank you for the follow.
So pretty.
Oh, shush up. The child's creeping through the door now.
Yeah. I don't feel like putting my mask on.
Okay. What's up?
Yeah, kick the sidewalk, but no.
I don't want the bone.
But
Tiptoe through the window, through
can't-
the door. They can't see you. You have to like reach in farther than that. There's a hand.
But I doesn't let me do my profile picture.
We can do that later. It has to be on computer.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
was like confused.
Yeah, we can do that on the laptop later for you.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too.
Also, hi people on Kick because my phone decided to look.
Yeah, she finally got her account set up.
It was already set up. I just wasn't working yesterday, so I accepted it yesterday, but it wasn't working.
Yeah.
Except I didn't have to do that.
Ghostly says hello.
Hi.
And we're also on YouTube, so you're saying hi to YouTube too.
Hi.
Which I got a few people over there.
Hi. I'm done now. Bye.
If you're going places, let me know where you are. If
we're
it gets
going-
dark, I want you home.
First, we're going to my old school.
Okay.
Oh.
But once it gets dark, I want you home.
Yeah, I know. I love you.
And if there's creeps, you call me. I don't care. I'll answer.
I know.
Okay. I love you.
People to call.
Well, the nice thing is I have chat here. I don't need my phone for it, right?
No, I can also go in your chat and be like, Mama!
Yeah, and if I can't leave, you call your brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he's awake, and if he's not, I'm just budging.
If you're somewhere and you need help, you spam call one of us.
Yeah.
Okay? And if there's any issues, you run to my work.
Yeah.
And then I will end stream and I will come get you.
Oh, you just put on be right back.
Yeah, that too. But yeah.
I will keep you updated. And if you don't answer your phone, I will go to your chat.
Yeah, you know how to get a hold of
And
me.
if you're ranting, I'll just call him.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Alright. I love you.
Bye.
Child says bye, guys. She's on her way to go for a walk. Well, it's beautiful and nice out still. And the sun is still shining. I see a body. The body is attacking me. Ah!
Love you.
Love you too, kiddo. Oh, TC says bye. Be safe.
Yeah, almost killed
Through
me.
the tulip? Yeah, she's going through something. You scared the shit out of my cat.
Yeah, you can't.
Can you please take this and put it in the garbage? And then you're going to have to, like, close your door later and just check the room.
I know.
She's going to be safe. I have safety precautions. My nephew is 17, so, you know, he goes and kicks people's asses if they're a bother. Which is the one I referred to as brother. He's more of a big brother than he is of a cousin, if that makes sense. But yes, so that is another way to make and Ghostly, I don't know if you're here for that part where I was talking about CapCut and all that for your phone. Ways to be able to do content creation for other platforms while not having a computer. Because most apps you can, if you make clips and stuff like that, like even on Xbox or PlayStation, you can download them to your phone and you can use CapCut to edit them, or you can even use TikTok itself to edit them. I love CapCut because it is free and you can actually link it to your TikTok and you can export it to your TikTok from the app. I haven't tested. I think you can from the app. Yes, you can from the app because I've uploaded ones like that. And they have templates that you can just insert things to, which is awesome. Actually, I think you guys have seen many of my template ones. There are so many ways to be like adverse and able to do stuff from your phone if you don't have a computer. Plus, I like CapCut, it's free. That's how I actually edit all my now going to be my podcast episodes where I sit here and I just talk to a screen by myself. Unless I have someone I'm interviewing. I'm just glad they hadn't left yet because I wanted the kiddo to know to lock the front door so that I don't, because I'm going to put both headphones in. So I will have no sound of what's going on around me. Because I also have music playing because I need something, otherwise it's dead silence in my own head. And that's a scary place to be. And Evie's now crying. Yep, I know. Dead silence, it's a scary thing. Like, you guys can't hear it. Like, I've made it so that it can't be on here because I don't want to get DMC'd on YouTube, and YouTube is very picky about that, so I'm having it on me. Like, if it was just on Kick, I would just probably play it for you guys to hear too. But I'm on YouTube as well, so I'm trying to keep it away from that. Yeah, well, maybe the next time I'll just do just Kick. But tonight I'm doing both because I need to get my viewer watch time up over there on YouTube. Just calling me out, Ghostly. How dare you? But yeah, no, there's like, I find it not enough. I find it not enough people that actually promote their stuff and then wonder why they aren't growing. You have to use other platforms to your abilities. All my people originally came from TikTok because I posted there before I started streaming. I networked before I started my streams ever, like, at all. Networking and making connections with people and not using them, but making connections is how you grow as a streamer and a content creator. Like I said, I love streaming. And I never thought I'd be able to have the day a year and a half later of starting my stuff to be able to sit here and just have just chatting as my platform now. Talk about the serious things. Talk about the troubles. Thank you, child. Fucking appearing over on YouTube. She's just jumping from chat to chat. And YouTube is a nice spot to put up your stuff so it stays permanently. Like, even though I'm slowly switching my YouTube, and it will be right? I will, okay, good. Be safe. Everyone's telling you to be safe. But, like, I will be changing my YouTube name. My channel name will be changing. Just a heads up. I'm giving it a couple months before I change it, so people have found me from Twitch and from TikTok. So it will be changing to Onzi in Color, and that's what it'll be. It will be changing. There will still be gameplay stuff put up. Like the... Yeah, don't get off of YouTube, Wandetta. I love you, but no. Like, I will still have the series of me and my oldest doing caves and stuff like that on Ark. We do still plan on doing that. We still have to make the second episode. That is in the works. Life has just been a little crazy, and it's the end of school year, so we're trying to wait till it calms down. But the adventures of, what is it, Mozzie, and Anzi will continue. Eventually. I just have to get there. Because me and her talked about it today, and we're just like, yeah, she still wants to do it. I still want to do it. It was fun. I said, now we can just have fun with it, and I can just record us doing it, and then we'll be good. So. And I think they'd be like fun little series that are not so serious compared to my podcast. So. It'll work itself out. It'll smooth out. This is my transition into everything. It's going to be a rough, rocky road, and I hope you guys are going to stick with me for it all. I need to buy a big jug of water, like a giant water bottle, to keep track of my drinking of water. Instead of dehydrating with coffee. Well, once I come up with, like... See, if I do a mental health series, Ghostly, you're one I'm going to be calling on for sure, 100%, because me and you can talk about that till we're blue in the face. Speaking of, if you haven't read this book, by the way, The Psychopath Inside is an amazing book. I just restarted reading it again. Can't put it down. Oh, seriously? So, when I did my special education assistant, things people don't know about me, I am a certified special education assistant for in the schools. We have to take psychology. We learned about this. I've had this book for 6 years. I have yet to finish the fucking thing because life, and I didn't prioritize me reading. So now I'm starting to get more into other books. I want to pull books about business. I want to pull books for this, for that, like, and then I want to talk about it because life things are not talked about enough in this world that we live in that is mostly social media, where social media rots people's brains and everyone tries to find the easy way out, and it drives me nuts. I stopped using most of my social media unless it's for this. Ooh, you need to send me a link for that. You need to send me a link for that. I want that book. That sounds like a good book. I feel like I need that. Perfect. Thank you, Ghostly. I appreciate you. Yeah, no, I knew what you meant. It's okay. One thing I found with Kick is, like, I have it so that my browser will tell me if I spelt something wrong. I'll right click and I can change it. Kick, I can't do that on. It's like the one website I can't do that on. And I don't understand why. And my spelling is ferocious. It's getting better, but it's bad. But, like, that's something I want to do. I want to, like, look into stuff like that and have an in-depth conversation with people about it. Like, there we go. We're getting that glint in my eye again. Like, that spark. Because I miss having intelligent conversations with people. Yeah, well, I can't type in general, so, yeah. And I think we rely way too much on, you know, autocorrect. And I'm trying to break the habit by using my keyboard when typing to people because it makes me have to think about how I spell it. Yes, I may have, like, the spell check, but whatever. So now, for the last 2 nights, I've been making myself, when I go to bed, to read. Because reading works my brain, and it makes me feel happier in the morning, which is weird. I haven't felt like that from reading in a long time. The next book, actually, I have to read, that I need to get back into, is actually this one. The Clan of the Cave Bears. One of my favorite books. Love this book series. They are my favorite. There's so much educational stuff in here. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I need that. I am working on the boundaries, and it is a work in progress. And I think I have an issue with boundaries is because sometimes I feel like I owe people something when reality of it is, if I feel like I need to set that boundary, I need to set that boundary. It lit up in my face. It's right there. I saw. It's there. Yeah, see, that's where I find it hard. Okay, so, like, I have paid off my place. And this is about to touch into my personal life a little bit, and I don't like to, but this has been paid off. My trailer is paid off. We haven't switched it into my name because when I paid it off, I got into a relationship. So it's still in my parents' name. Now, that relationship has been over for 3 years. I need to set a boundary with my parents and say, hey, we need to switch this into my name so I can use it for myself to make my life better. I think my mom's fear is that I'm going to just up and leave, which I understand. Because I do so much want to just up and leave and start over. But realistically speaking, I can't. I will not rip my kid out of school to move. I will do what it takes to make my life happy. But I'm not going to make her life miserable by making her move until she's done school. Then she can go do whatever she wants, and I can do whatever I want. And if she wants to stay here, she can have the trailer. Like, I'm not going to, like, just up and sell my place. Worst came to worst, I'd be moving to the States. So really, it's not that, like... Yeah, autocorrect doesn't seem to work very well with Kick. I don't understand why, but it just doesn't. I know we've kind of like veered onto a whole other subject. This is why, Ghostly, if I do like a mental health talk, you're my person that I am calling on. Because I know you will come up with like pointers and everything else. And we can bounce like this and it works. Like, look at the talk we had on your stream, for fuck's sakes. Like, and actually, honestly, in the last hour and 15 minutes, I don't think I've actually sworn that much. I just thought about that. As I dropped the F-bomb, I went, wait a minute. I don't think I've really sworn that much since I've been streaming. This is the difference between me gaming and me having a conversation. I have been working so much on myself for the last year and a half that I am proud of where I've come. Well, that's what made me realize, though, is the fact that I dropped that F-bomb and I went, wait a minute, I haven't really sworn much this whole stream. Because normally when I'm streaming, I'm dropping it constantly and I'm throwing out swear words, I'm swearing all the time, and since I've started the just chatting, I don't swear as much. I don't understand it, but it's the truth. I don't understand. Like, I really don't. And in my normal day life, I used to swear a lot more too, but I think I'm self-consciously trying to make myself a better person for myself that I'm self-consciously not swearing as much. Because I don't need to. When I'm depressed, I swear more. I don't know what that is, but yeah. When I'm happy, I don't swear as much. I don't have the psychology for that, but you know. And I wouldn't know how to explain it either. And the other thing I've been doing more is having this window open, so I get actual natural daylight coming from outside. Natural daylight is good for you, by the way, people. Touch grass sometimes. That makes sense, actually. That really makes sense. I understand that. So when you feel happy, you don't feel the need to actually swear as much. That totally makes sense. Huh. Hello, how are you? Huh? I don't do follow for follow, sorry. That's not my content. Yeah, no. This isn't a follow for follow. This is if you like my content, drop a follow. If you don't, that's okay. I'm not just gonna follow somebody just because they followed me. But thank you for stopping by. I hope you best of luck on your journey. Anyways, so along this content struggle of making content, what are things that you guys find that you struggle with? Is it like putting out the extra content to make yourself grow, or what are some of the struggles you guys come up with or like run into? Come up with, that made no sense. Yes, so let's talk about it. That's what we're here for. TC, which one? I mean, I love you, buddy, but which one? See, for me, it's finding the actual, like, what's good to put out for content, in my opinion, like, off my own streams, because I don't like listening to myself talk. So making these podcasts is really difficult for me, because I have to go through my shit and, like, edit it. And I don't like listening to myself talk. So, yeah. That's my thing. So, like, my TikToks that I've posted out there with, like, the extra little videos on it, it's like, I don't re-listen to those. I just put them out there. Actually, half the time, I'll make, like, 5 at a time, and then I'll stick them in my drafts, and every so often I'll, like, set a reminder or something to go and, like, post one. Dedicate yourself to an hour to 2 hours one day to make a shit ton of content. Put it in a draft or set it up on a timer to post. And then all you gotta do is make yourself a reminder to go post it. Do that once a week, and you'll have content for a month. Time management, guys, come on. I'm bad for it, but that's what my system has been for the last 4 months. Once I figured out on YouTube that I can set things to, like, I can set the time that it posts, and I don't have to actually post it myself. Holy motherfucking shit. That has been my best tool of my life. Now, I wish Twitter would switch their shit so you can set your stuff from your phone to post later, but you can't. You have to use a PC for that one. So that one I can't. That one you have to have a PC to access. But YouTube, you can set up when things are going to post. Like, even your shorts, you can set them to post at a later date. TikTok, you can't set them on a timer, but you can put them in your drafts, and then you can just post them later. It's a way to do it without having to worry about it, and it just dedicates 2 hours of 1 week to making that content. Take a couple clips and make them into one video. I figure usually 2 hours is good enough, because then you can, like, go through, skim through a VOD and, like, be like, yeah, clip that, you know, that looks good. Or at this time I had this. Yeah, a little bit. It's a good song, okay? Everything that I don't have. Oh god, no. No. I do that often though. That's been my thing since, like, I started. Cause I used to do the whole, you know, play Fortnite solo and just have my music and just sing out loud. Like, cause it's my thing. I don't know. I love music. Music's my... It speaks to my soul. Don't worry about... Close your eyes when... Say it out loud. Oof, yes. They speak to my soul. Oh, that's such a good. I love his stuff. It speaks to me like, yes, real shit. Ghostly's changing the topic again. Stop it. I don't have all I wanna be so. I know. It's like you hear. It's like singing. I understand. I do. I really do. I fucking get it. Trust me. It's distraction all around. ADHD brain. Squirrel. But you seriously though, it is a really good tool to use to be able to make the content, give yourself a time limit, and then set it on a timer to post out. Like my going live stuff on Twitter is usually pre-posted. When I know my streams are, I have it all pre-set up to like post. It's the best tool that I have found. I do it on YouTube. I do it on, well, I can't, I wish TikTok would have that setting so that you can like push content out when you don't want to be on TikTok. So Instagram and YouTube are the only two that you can, or TikTok, Instagram, not YouTube. Instagram and TikTok are the only two that you can't preset things to be posted out. Unfortunately. It's an ad that it's just annoying and has a good beat, so I'm dancing. I find it's the motivation to actually go and make the content that is the hardest part for me. Okay, here's my thing though. If you need help checking stuff out, you can send me stuff. I can set up a separate freaking Dropbox that I can use for people to check out what you're thinking is going to be good content. I don't mind. I edit for some people as it is. I used to edit for Wolfie all the time. I haven't done that in a while. So I can do that. I can help out. Like, because that's something I can do at work. And if you're not sure on how to edit it, I don't mind helping. Like, for people I know, I'm going to say this now, for people I know and have a rapport with and I've known for over a year, my usual people, I don't mind helping out in that way. Because, not a problem. I can set up my Dropbox for my Onzi and color at Gmail, and then we can work that out. And it'll be a specific password, and I'll just change it every time I need to change it for somebody else. It's not that big of a deal. I can do that over the next week. Give me about a week to set that up and I can do that. Because then at least I'm an outside perspective and I can. But I will give you biased feedback. And if I hurt your feelings, I am sorry. I'm going to state that now because I've done this thing where it's like, I am going to make myself neutral in this factor if I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm not going to because I'm not going to tell you something and be like, hey, yeah, no. I am better at making content for other people than I am myself, to be honest. Because I suck at making my own. But I've been really good at making others, because Wolfie's fucking have hit lots of views. But it's easier to look at someone else's content as a biased. And even at that, with that, we can do it so that you can just find me the clips that you want to use, and I will turn it into something beautiful. I've done that too. I have been sent like content, and it's just been like, okay, well, fuck, this isn't the greatest, but I'll make it work. Because I don't know. I like editing for some odd reason. I don't understand it. It's not something I would have ever thought I would like. And the nice thing with that too is it does work for mobile. Dropbox works for mobile. I've used it with a few people actually to send like emotes and stuff back and forth that didn't know how to do it off of fucking Discord. I still have water here. No, it's a bubble. Okay. I just want to make sure there was no bugs in my water, okay? I was being weird. There was like a thing floating on top, but it was like a bubble from when I slushed it when I grabbed it. 5G, why are you my remedy? You my remedy. Now, I know I've touched on this point a few times. I get the no promoting in streams, okay? I do. I get it. And I understand that people view it as a threat. Also, Eclipse is really... Yeah, I use Eclipse often, actually. That's one of my main things I use for. See, for this, it doesn't work. For some games, it doesn't work. I find for Dead by Daylight, it doesn't work the greatest. They've just added that to their list. It's okay. For my just chatting stuff, I've gotten 2 clips. And it's not worth it. It's not worth it for me, to be honest. I use it for the child stuff for Fortnite. That's how I get her clips. I was using it for Wolfie and his clips. And you can export it straight out to YouTube and to TikTok as well. But their app is a little more difficulty. They are still working on their app for the phone. It is not up to par compared to their website. That being said, Eclipse otherwise is amazing. I'm waiting for them to add it to Kick. Add Kick onto there and YouTube. But their app is new. So their app is like, I think only not even a month old. Because I found out about it. Thank you for the follow, Lovey. How are you doing? Welcome into the chaos. Welcome to my new podcast style streaming. We are talking about streaming and the struggles of being a content creator and streaming. And what tools to use to, you know, do all that. I didn't hear the alert. Unfortunately, I can't with these headphones for some reason. Kels, you're good. You're good, darling. It's good to see you, darling. Welcome into my chaos. The struggle of that, though, darling, I get that. Like, the struggle of trying to catch up to who's all streaming on here is insane. But yes, so Kels, no more gameplay from me. It's just gonna be just chatting from now on. If there's topics you ever want to see talked about, message me. You know where to find me on Discord and Twitter. I also have an email for people to use as well. I'm doing like a drastic just jump straight into podcast stuff. Yeah, I know. I lost a passion for gaming and streaming at the same time. Gaming wasn't fun anymore for me, so now we do just chatting and podcast style of talks, serious talks now, and it's working out really well so far. I've done 2 actual official streams. One was an announcement last weekend, and now I just post. I'm going to be posting more podcasts separate from streaming, so. I think it's a nice change, to be honest. I think there are more things that need to be talked about, and I think the topic today has been really good. We have covered having to feel like you need the best of the best for equipment, and like how to make time management for content creating and on other things and branching out. It's been really fun, actually. Ghostly has oddly enough distracted me once in a while with music talk or something else, and it's just like, I'm a squirrel. But yes, we are live on YouTube and on here, so like I want to do some more like in-depth serious conversations about like mental health, and eventually I'll have more people like come on to the podcast. Those will be a little more structured. I do want to do more interviews with people and actually have those on here, so that'll be fun. I will be doing gameplay next weekend though, because it'll be on Twitch for anyone who's interested in being on my Twitch, because it'll be my birthday subathon stream. In order to make it go past 3 hours, you guys gotta do the subathon thing, so. And tips do count. Or tips, donations, they're called whatever, those things. Yes! For once, it'll actually be my actual birthday stuff, yeah. No, not my birthday today, but it's close. My kiddo's birthday is first, so there's that too. I have been so good with swearing that I so want to say what I want to say, but yeah, no. It's like that moment of, I should just like turn the blur off and just do this. Read that back there. Do you see that back there? That says it's not my fucking birthday. Whoever's here actually gets to see it. There we go. There we go. So, that is the poster that people's names are going to be going on. Whoever's here got to just see a sneak peek at it. Hence why everything is blurred out behind me. So glad that's a filter I can just turn off if I want to. I'm excited about it. I actually got the idea from Oz. I'm not going to take full credit. He did a subathon. I'm going to keep you up, but the hub's just... Ooh! Awesome, Kels! Thank you, I appreciate you, darling. Have fun, enjoy your movie. Quality time with the fam is always good. Love you. Take care of you. Be unique. Remember, you are imperfectly perfect. And that is now my new thing that I end my podcast with. You guys just got to see it. And Imperfectly Perfect will become a shirt on my merch store, I'm hoping in the next month and a half. I just have to figure out what design I want for it. Thank you, darling. I appreciate you. Because Imperfectly Perfect is something I have been living by since I've had my children and since they became into school, because they were getting bullied for not being themselves. So I always tell them, be uniquely you. Because you are imperfectly perfect. No one is perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. Everybody has flaws. Wear them proud, but don't be toxic. You are imperfectly perfect, and that right there will be perfect for somebody. Things people don't know about me. That oddly enough, it just takes a, just chatting stream to happen. So, positivity all around. I try to keep things as positive as possible because I struggle with depression myself, and I finally am feeling light and airy after working so hard on myself for the last year. And I'm glad I have. Hell, look at the way I handled the follow for follow earlier. That's not how I would have handled it a year ago. I'm starting to learn to recognize as the changes in myself. Like, it takes a lot to cut to that point where you can look at yourself and go, hey, that wasn't me a year ago. And it feels good. Look at that. I even caught myself. I didn't do that F-bomb I was trying to do. It's been so much work. I'm so glad I took that break when I got the new job last year. And slowly, over time, have been working on myself. And I think the biggest time that I started to work on myself was back in October-ish. I started to work on myself a lot more. I feel the difference, and I feel not as heavy, right? Like, when you're in that depressive state where you have that weight and it just feels tight and it just feels sore and you feel like you have this huge weight on yourself. I don't feel that these days. But I'm making myself do things. I'm making myself go and clean the kitchen, making myself do dishes by hand, even if I have, like, stuff in the kitchen to, like, use my dishwasher, like the pods. I am making myself do the dishes by hand because then it makes me do something. Like today, I was supposed to clean my kitchen, but I got stuck in an in-depth conversation with a buddy of mine on Kick, actually, who just did the switch. And we were having conversations like this, and he was like, oh yeah, I can't be a podcast. And I'm like, oh yeah, you can. I'm like, you just talked straight for 2 hours with me about all these fucking topics, and you're telling me you can't do podcasts. And I just dropped the F-bomb, but it was for a purpose. And this person was one of the people that was behind me 100% trying to get me affiliated. Crazy Bobby Jenkins, if you haven't followed him, he is on here. He's on here. Actually, I'm going to do this because he's trying to grow on here too, and I can do this because why the hell not? Okay, if anyone doesn't know Crazy Bobby, I have rated him a few times on Twitch. He is one of the OGs that was there for me when I was still not affiliated. I think me and him found each other actually on TikTok. Oh, my dishes were done before. There we go. Like, I have dishes from today. I have a little bit left over from the other day. But I'm trying to instill the kiddo into us doing dishes every other day. So, like, I do dishes one day, she does dishes the other, and I am slowly getting the house to where I want it again. Hello, child. Did you text me? What's up? Why did you have to come in when I was talking about dishes? Oh, there's a delay on YouTube. I gotta remember this. Yes, you're being talked about. Are you guys just, like, out for a walk and watching my stream? Is that what you're doing right now? I was just talking about how we're, like, working to get the house in order and stuff. Let me check. So guitar. I know strings hard into a song that you ain't gonna sing. Let me just transfer over the dollar from my account, and you guys should have about 4. I'm not watching you. What? No. Where are you guys? You're right here. Are you creeping on my stream? You're not in the house. I know you're not in the house. I'm doing the transfer now, kiddo. And to those that don't know me, I am a mother first. Store parking. Oh. What are you guys wanting to get? Okay, I'm gonna send you a picture of the amount that you have so that you know exactly how much is in the account without having to ask me a million times over. But yeah, so like that again, like today we're taking a break on housework today because she has a friend over. So I want her to have fun, so I'm going to do my thing in here and I'm just going to like be the parent that stays out of the way, which is weird. Like they know they can come and ask if they need things, obviously. She's talking in my YouTube chat. But like we're trying to get the teamwork thing going so that we can get the house in order to the point where we just have to maintain it every day. The first part of breaking my depression was breaking it within myself. I texted you, child, so you know what you have. So, like, tomorrow, we're going to be working in here, and we're going to be working out there in the living room to get that part of the house to where we want it. Like, the big chair is going to move in here because I spend most of my time in here anyways. It gives her a spot to come and hang out in here when I'm doing content creation. I will eventually be, like, as I talked about, restricting myself to 2 hours of content creation on my days off. Because it needs to be limited so that I get stuff done in that time span and I still am able to go do other things. And then I'm going to start putting timers on to help with the house maintaining so that we can actually like time span it. So, hey, we have 2 hours for this. We can do this, this, and this. Time management is something I'm really bad at and I'm trying to work on. So, starting with small things. You're welcome. I don't know if you're still in here, but you're welcome. It's more taking accountability, that realizing that I'm not good at it and having to fix it. It's not going to be an overnight thing. It's going to take me time to get back in the routine of it. I used to be really good at it. I used to keep my house clean. I used to have all that mentality. And then I let myself fall into a slump because I let someone mistreat me and I didn't set my boundaries. And because of that, I fell into a loop of not getting things done. And I wish I'd never let that happen. So now I'm breaking my own boundaries that were put in place because of the way someone had spoke to me about things. So now I'm breaking out of it. Now I also have someone that's very supportive in my life and is backing me with my content change. And they can't wait to, like, you know, be able to jump on board and be able to see things, but they're busy at the moment with their life stuff. So it'll be nice when things work out. But to have someone in my corner that's 100% supportive of me switching things up, of me doing certain things. It's a nice change. It's not something I'm used to. I'm used to, not setting boundaries with people and letting people just be like, yeah, this is how it should be. This is so doing to please, and I don't want to be that person no more. And when I feel like I can talk to somebody and set those boundaries and then just be like, well, not be like, hey, see you later because you've set boundaries with me. Like, it's a nice change. Plus, if you show growth in yourself, other people are going to want to grow around you. And if they don't, then they're stuck. And you can't help someone that doesn't want to be helped either. Live by the summers. And love each other. Back to Billy Joel. It's off from when they were old. I realized in all my other, past shit that it wasn't what I wanted, and now I know what I want, and I'm not gonna let anything stand in my way. That's my mentality lately. But first, it's starting with the time management for my content creation. Yes. And I've done that. I've severed ties, and I've been working on me, and I've put distance between negativity in my life and people that just want to feed their negativity to keep you negative, if that makes sense, because that's a thing. People like to do that. They want to keep you with them in their negativity or in their depression. Like, they want to keep you there so that they're not alone. So this has now turned into my TED Talk on, emotions. Oh well, you can't talk about the streaming thing for the whole freaking time. It's gonna obviously change subjects. And honestly, boundaries is a big thing in streaming too. You need to be able to set those boundaries in your streaming stuff as well. Not your fault, because the boundaries is an overall thing. And I was talking about time management, and time management goes into other things. The reason why I've fallen out of my time management was because of a relationship, and I let it happen. I am taking full accountability for my actions in that relationship and why it led me down that path of not wanting to keep my place the way I used to keep my place. That is on me. I shouldn't have let that happen. And that being said, like, time management with your streaming stuff, boundary setting with your chat, with people in your chat, and saying, no, you know what? I don't want this in my chat no more. It was okay before because that was my content then, but this is my content now. People can't seem to handle that. They don't like change. And if they're not willing to grow with you, they're not going to be around. In any relationship, whether it's romance or if it's a friendship, if you're not willing to grow with you, they're just gonna drag you down. I guess this is like a whole other side of me that people aren't used to either, so this is gonna be like a big change for people. But it's the truth. You need to be able to set your boundaries with people, because otherwise they're just gonna use and abuse you. Like, I want to be able to help people. That is my ultimate goal in the end. No! No! Why? I know I go on rants, okay? That's very much aware of that. Oh. I'm glad you love it, because really, like, this is what my podcast I want to be like. This is why I want to start with this part of it. This is like, I don't want to feel like I'm preaching, but I want to feel like I'm telling the people realize that I'm not just here just blowing bullshit up your ass. And when I swear from now on, it will be in the proper context, and it will be for a reason. It's not just gonna be me swearing because I can. Like, I am 100% serious about what I want to do, and I want to be able to help people. Whether it be streaming or in real life. Like, I want to be here for people. I've always wanted to become a counselor eventually. And if this is the way I can help people, as long as you are genuine and true and you will take criticism, I will help you the best to my abilities. I am not a professional, but I want to be able to help. And Ghostly, before the end of the month is done, I would eventually, well, it might be after the end of the month. I was hoping to get it done for this month to do a mental health series, but I don't know if I'm going to get the time between next weekend being my subathon. But I would love to do a mental health one with you if you are 100% game for that, but it might have to be a month late, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it might have to be a month late, but because you can speak from a man's perspective of depression, and I can speak from a woman's side of depression, and they are completely different. And people don't realize that. Always someone asking where you've been and when we're talking. Getting me and make me feel so unwanted. Ooh. Perfect. Awesome. That sounds great. New job? Congrats. That's cool news. I love it. I'm trying to like hide my zit on my forehead, so don't mind me. You didn't tell me. There's a new job? What? I'm so happy for you. You know, considering the last couple streams, we have talked about a lot of things. Just saying. Like, we've covered a lot of topics in the last couple little bit we've talked. Just throwing that one out there. But seriously though, congrats on the new job. I'm really hoping this is good for you, and I really hope it's a positive step forward with your life. And mentally, I hope it's good for you as well. You're gonna be on speakerphone then. Just FYI. I don't think I have my headphones set up on that. You know, I could just pull you in on Discord, right? I can just set up Discord on a call. Yeah, so let's do that. And then I can just include it in the stream. Let me just pull up Discord. It's all I wanted. Disappointed. Oh, I have it open over here. I hate that it does that. I really know. Alright, pause music. That needs to be a thing. Do. That. Go into one of the chill zone things and then I'll pull you in. There we go. Ow, my knee. That hurt. Oh, I hope my sound is... I'm probably not going to put on my camera, but that's fine. Okay, good. That's the right mic. Output device. Okay, that needs to go to my headphones. So there we go. Audio. It's all in the same spot. Let me know when you're in... Oh, there we are. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, I can hear you. Oh,
Oh my goodness.
Add the limiter because I know with kick and everything else, yeah. It's really good volume on here. All right, there we go. That works.
I just turned the volume up on my end and shit.
Oh no, you're good. I was just worried because I had to crank everything for Twitch because the sound wasn't coming through properly last night on stream. and I don't know why. Because on
Gotcha,
Kick
gotcha.
and YouTube it sounded clear. But for some
Ah.
reason it sounded really quiet. But yeah, so explain.
Okay, so long story short, I was working at my still current job.
Yeah.
And I've been here for like a year. And let's just put it this way. My manager will put out the schedule like days before the week starts. I've asked her for stuff months off in advance and doesn't tell me until like the day before, or just still doesn't tell me if I can have it off. And I'm like, yeah, well, I booked tickets, so you're kind of SOL. What else? Tried asking for some certification stuff to do it, and she wouldn't let me do it. Because I'm a university student.
Yeah.
I was
You
asking
have
for
classes
full-time
and stuff, too.
hours. Well, exactly. I was asking for full-time hours starting beginning of May. I asked that in January. She was like, yeah, we can do that for you. And I was like, okay, perfect. Then March comes around. I'm like, okay, we're entering exam season now. Are you still good to give me full-time hours come May? She's like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
I ask her 2 weeks before May starts. We're still good for full-time hours? Yeah, we're good. May rolls around. She gives me like 1 or 2 shifts a week. And she's like, yeah, sorry, I can't do that for you. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So
Use your reference, get the shit in writing with their signature on it.
Oh, I fucking texted her and shit too. So
Texting, they can throw out
receipts.
the book easy.
Oh, 100%. But anyways, I basically said to hell with that because I don't want to deal with a manager like that. Not to mention the fact that she kept giving me so much shit when I was dealing with a bunch of health issues. I was in the hospital a couple of times the last 2 months.
Yeah.
I think it was something like that. I'm pretty sure you know about that.
Yes. Vaguely, yes.
Yeah. And then I had some other stuff and I had to get a procedure done in like January, and she was also upset with me because of that, and my health issues were acting up leading into that. So it was just like one of those things. She kept getting mad at me for it, but yet she keeps saying how much she loves working with me. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
And this is a prime example, everyone, of manipulation in the workplace.
Oh,
Yes, I love McDonald's,
yes.
child. Random fucking child buzzing. You like McDonald's? It's not what I was talking about, but sure.
Oh, what were you talking about?
Manipulation in the workplace. Me and Ghostly are having a conversation.
I mean, manipulation in the workplace does kind of sound like McDonald's, but hey,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
just me.
really, really, it does sound like McDonald's. My oldest
Also,
child worked
hello,
there.
child.
What are you looking for?
My card.
My wallet's either in there or it's in your backpack.
No, it's in my book.
Go look in your backpack.
$5?
Yes, I texted it to you exactly how much you
Okay.
have. Okay, you guys are making the dogs cry? Yeah, I know, it's cold outside.
Yeah, I love you.
I love you too.
Hi, Ghostly.
She says hi.
Hello.
He says hello. He's on this ear, so not this ear, so he can't hear you. But the microphone's there. You have a mask on your face. You can now hear him.
Yeah.
Ah, you can say hi. She can hear you now.
Hello.
Oh, that's what he sounds like.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you've heard him before.
You have a
It is
cool
what I sound
voice.
like, yes.
You have a cool voice.
I have a cool voice, thank you. I think I have a cool voice when I talk like this. Puts the headphone down and walks away.
Holly says hi. He's in the chat. She just fucking ran out the door.
Corpse.
It reminded
That
her
made
of
my-
corpse.
Yeah.
Is this better?
She can't hear you, but that's awesome. She's still hiding in the doorway. Like you can just see like her body like right there.
I can see your fucking shoulder.
And like you can see her leg right there. There we go. Are you
But
going?
yeah, anyways. So
Okay, bye.
that was kind of the
You gave me Ghostly.
Love you.
Love you.
Behave, keep conduct.
You're mean.
He's not mean. It was funny.
It is funny. We love you,
mean.
Ghostly.
It was free content.
love you too, child.
We love you, Ghostly. We love you, Holy.
Yeah,
We do not leave me up, Holy.
I know. You can't leave out Holy. He would get mad at you so much.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know, and closes
Imagine
the door.
Dylan was here. Ooh,
Oh my
fuck.
gosh, right?
That'd be a whole other story.
Oh
what
shit.
was I
Anyways,
talking about?
manipulation in the workplace. That's where we stopped before I got interrupted by a
yeah.
child.
Yeah. But anyways, so I went and handed my
Yeah, she's a
my
nerd, Holy.
resignation in, and she was kind of happy that I actually did it in person.
Yeah,
So I was like,
because a
damn,
lot of
I gave her less
nowadays,
than a
like,
week.
nobody does. Good, because
Yeah.
honestly, we actually don't have to give 2 weeks.
Oh, 100%. I gave her less than a week, and my manager, or my new soon-to-be manager, basically gave me Tuesday as a start date. And my manager was like, "Oh, could you push it back to give me 2 weeks?" And I was like, "No,
No.
I tried doing it, but they wouldn't let me. I didn't try. I just wanted to basically say fuck you and get out of there." Because I had already
Yeah.
taken a shift, which I wasn't originally scheduled to work before I put my, well, like shortly before I put my 2 weeks in.
Yeah.
So technically, I'm working a shift I don't really need to.
Well,
But
exactly.
anyways, I applied to, I think, something like I'm not exaggerating either, which is the sad part. I applied to, I think, like 30 jobs
Oh, wow.
before I even heard back from like 2 or 3.
That's insane.
So finally, yeah. Well, because I'm a student, it's the summer, most of the positions have been filled.
Yeah, okay, I get that. I forgot that part.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, I finally heard back from a job and got an interview within like 2 days, and I was like, yeah, sweet, okay, I can do it. Did my interview, and sure enough, they fucking basically said, like, on the spot, they're like, okay, like, you have a really good shot. Just saying that right now as a personal opinion. We'll get back to you in a few days, like once we interview a couple other people.
You know,
And
I
sure enough,
actually
got the
like
job.
that they added the fact that it was a personal opinion, though. I like that.
Yeah, 100%.
Because they didn't say that it was, 100%, like, yeah, you totally got this, and which a lot of places actually do, and then you don't got it. It's like, if it's your personal opinion, just tell me it's your personal opinion that you think I will get this job, because then my hopes are held up.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. But yeah, so they told me, it was funny because the person that was doing my interview actually also has ADHD, so we were like totally on the same wavelength too.
Awesome, I love that.
It was great. But anyways, so yeah, I got the notification. So I had the interview not this past Friday, but the Friday before, and then got the job offer on the Monday.
Nice.
So it was literally like one business day. So I was like,
I'm so happy for you. I really hope this new job
know.
works out for you, and I hope it's a positive.
I really hope it does too. And the person who did my interview was also saying, like, just so you know, we did fire a few people / get rid of a few people. She didn't say fire, but she was like, we did get rid of a few people who, let's just say, were not a good fit for this community. And based on what you've been talking to me about, she's like, it sounds like you're going to be a great fit for this workplace. And honestly, I think you're going to love it here. So I'm hoping it works out. My first day is on Tuesday.
Okay, take those with you, but don't get shit for having them in the store.
Well, no, we're going to eat them on the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that.
All right, keep in contact, please, especially when it gets dark out.
I'll text you when we get there.
Okay, and when you come back, you take the dogs out, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to the furthest one. Well, my card actually works.
Okay.
Okay,
love you. I have to mom every now and then.
Like, I mean, I don't blame you.
Right?
I mean, it would make sense.
She's really good though. Like, she'll actually message me, or if I don't answer, she'll jump in chat. Same with my oldest. Like, they know where to find me if I'm busy.
Yeah.
But they keep in contact. So there's that. At least I've trained them well enough that when they're out and about, that they actually will message me and let me know if they're moving locations, because I need to know where they are in case of an emergency.
100%, honestly. Like, I was gonna say, if you didn't have to parry every few minutes, I would be concerned.
Right? But there's this, I have seen it before of people that are content creators that don't parent while they're streaming. I've seen it.
Why not? Why not show
that you're a real person, that you have the family side to you? It's not a bad thing.
Well, exactly. But that's what I'm saying, and it sucks that not a lot of people do that.
And I've said from the beginning, from when I started, that my kids will come first. I am a parent 100%. First. And that has always been my thing. My kids are in chat, you behave yourself or you're getting kicked. Like, I'm not doing it no more. And I've let a lot of things slide as I've gotten older in the last year. The 16 and 14, there's some things that come out of their mouth that I go, oh, fuck, you're my kid. Yeah, that's right. Like, but in the same context, though, it's like, I don't need people talking about sex in my chat. while my
No.
kid's in there. Like, that's not okay.
No, of course it's not.
So, I don't know. I
Yeah,
like how
that makes
today is
sense.
kind of like worked around like different aspects of things that, but it all kind of leads back to the same topic and eventually.
It really does.
Because like working
It
and
really, really
streaming,
does.
that's, and you're working, you're going to school, and you're
Yep.
streaming. So the people
Yeah.
that tell me that they
And
work 40 hours a week and don't have time to stream, do you really not have time to stream, or you don't want to stream?
well, exactly.
Where are
Like,
you
for
putting that
me-
extra energy that you don't need to be putting it?
100%. For me, it was one of those things that I like this school year, I was getting off academic probation
Mhm.
because in my because this last year was my 4th year, so I extended my degree by a year because of COVID.
Yes. I remember you
but
mentioning something about that.
Yeah, I failed a course in my 3rd year, actually, technically 2 courses. So that dropped my average enough that I got put on academic probation.
Hmm.
This year, I retook one of those classes and automatically I got taken off academic probation. So I was dealing with that. So I was dealing with a lot of mental health issues. On top of that, plus I was dealing with work. So kind of the mix of those three, trying to figure out my mental state and trying to kind of balance everything, I realized I needed to take a step back from streaming and really
Yes.
focus internally rather than focus
And
externally
I
on
honestly
streaming.
think that's a lot of people's issues, is that they don't realize that, and they don't take that step back to work on themselves and do the inner healing before taking on more in their life.
100%. I was also dealing with physical health issues. That's
Yeah.
why I streamed once in January. Didn't really stream again until close to
The
the end
day
of the
I
school
saw
year,
you
and then
up,
streamed again.
I was
the
just
other
like,
night.
tab that bitch up. He hasn't been up in forever. I had other shit I had to do,
Literally.
but fuck, I'm like,
I
nope,
appreciate
Ghostly's
that.
getting tabbed up.
I appreciate that more than you know.
Like, I know I'm
Um,
not a big talker in everyone's streams, and I'm just usually the silent person in the shadow. I will pop in if I have a moment to sit down.
and that is fine. Honestly, I've said this to you before in private too. I appreciate that more than you know. It really does mean a lot. And yeah, I realized I really needed to take a step back and focus on myself. I was on meds for depression and anxiety before.
Yep.
And I was trying to take a more natural route. Long story short, it wasn't for me.
And
Some
sometimes
people
that's
it
going to be
is,
the case.
some
It's
people
not
it's
going to be
not.
for you.
Well, exactly. And that's the one thing I would like to say is that it's not always going to be the right case for everyone. Sometimes meds is the way to go for someone, sometimes it's not. It's never a permanent solution, but it's a temporary bridge to help
Exactly.
you get where you need to go and get those strategies in place. So that's kind of how I treated it. And I realized actually very, very recently, 2 weeks ago, that I needed to go back on meds. I ended up changing what meds I'm on, and so far I've been on them for maybe a week or so, and I've already noticed a difference. And I'm not even at the full strength that I'm going to be going to.
And that is a good thing. Being able to
Exactly.
actually recognize that you say you do need them. Eventually, one day
Yeah.
you might not need them.
100%.
But with your workload, I understand your body needing them.
Yeah, it was just one of those things that honestly I looked internally and was like, look, I need help. I can't do this on my own.
Yep.
I need those strategies in place. They weren't in place when I started coming off my original meds. Let me figure out a different angle of approach and try and see if we can get this back under control, because it was pretty bad. I'm not going to lie. Towards the end of the school year, I was really breaking down, both mentally and physically. I was freaking in a constant state of decay.
Well, and on that
And
note too, I know you
finally
were
it started
struggling.
going back.
I know you've been struggling getting your extra content out with maybe these new meds and helping you maybe organize yourself. If that's I'm not sure if
exactly.
that's the right terminology. It might help you with
Yep.
better time management to be able to put the time in to do the extra content.
Well,
Which
exactly.
a lot of people don't realize. It's not about the times that you're spending here streaming, it's the times that you spend behind this stream that actually make your work worth it.
100%.
I put in 80 plus hour
It
weeks.
takes people years to become an overnight success.
Exactly. But like
It's
I
not a,
I
it's not a
literally
one-night
have
thing.
spent 80 hours a week doing not just my own stuff, but other people's stuff as well.
Yeah,
On top of working, on
100%.
top of being a mom, on top of trying to keep my house in order, on top of trying to deal with my own internal stuff, which is
Yep.
when I started to take those breaks, which are
Well,
super
exactly.
important. Mental health is important. Take care of you first.
100%. Your mental health comes first above all else, and that is something I've severely realized, especially over the past few years. Didn't really realize how much it really took precedent when things kind of started going downhill when I was younger. But now that I'm older and I've had a lot more life experience,
Yeah.
even over the last few years, you really start to see that. Especially when you're in university or college or something like that, you really start to realize.
Or you're
that,
doing
I
something
find.
in your life that has an end goal, and you're realizing, oh,
Yes.
fuck, here I'm slipping here, I'm slipping here, I'm slipping here. Why can't I keep up?
Yeah, you can't.
That's
you
the hard
cannot
part.
Let yourself burn out, because if you burn out,
I almost did the burnout when I did
yeah.
my special education assistant, because that's special education assistant certificate.
shit's
Just the
tough.
certificate is a 2-year course, by the way. My class
Yeah.
did it in 9 months.
Oh my god! So you did a fucking fast track then?
It was a government funded, you're Canadian, so I can say EI funded course.
Yep.
Because there was such a lack of it in our province.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So I was able to get on it because I was on welfare.
Yep.
And this dumbass bitch decided that she was going to
You're
quit
not a
smoking.
dumbass, we're not going
No,
down that
no,
fucking
there's
road.
a reason I'm saying this. Decided to quit smoking when I started this course.
Oh.
There you go. Now you understand why I use that terminology, and I still haven't smoked a cigarette today. I was too busy
I
between
will say I'm
my
fucking proud of
classes,
you, though.
and dealing with trying to find childcare when I had to do my practicum. But I did,
Yep.
during my practicum, get to see the difference between public school and private school. Because I was one of the few that got able to be put into a private school. Because we ran out of
Right.
placements for all of us. And
Right,
one
right,
private
right.
school let us in. And it was one of the Christian schools, actually. And their structure
Interesting.
is insane to a T. And the way that they treat kids is amazing. It is worth it. If I could get my kids into one, I would. But you have to
Yeah.
go to church, and I don't do church.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm not
See, like-
religious. I'm a spiritual person. I am not religious.
See, on the other hand, I am.
Yeah.
So I'm I'm never one to force it on anyone, and I will never force
I
that
grew up
shit on
Catholic.
anyone.
Like,
If-
I grew up
Well, yeah.
during religion. It's just, for me, it's not... I'm too curious
not
about
your
everything
thing.
else to be tied to one, if that makes sense.
Totally understandable. My girlfriend is the same way. And
Like, I'll
I'm
learn
one of
about
those
it.
peop-
You can talk to me about
Yeah.
it. I don't care. It's just, don't make me feel like it's being shoved in my esophagus.
I hate when people do that. I will say that right now. I'm one of those people that I do not want people shoving it down my throat. I don't want to shove it down other people's throats.
Well, exactly.
And honestly, like, if you have questions, I'm more than happy to talk about it. But I'm never gonna like be like, oh well, A, B, and C equals God.
Right?
You know, like,
Like-
I'm not one of those people. You know,
Well-
like, I believe it. I had my fair share of struggles with it. But
Now, also in
know.
that context, though, I'm not saying that religion isn't important. I just want to say that now because we are live streaming, and I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
want people to think that it's not important. You are listening to
Oh,
two
for
people that
sure.
are on opposite spectrums here of the religion aspect, talking and having a civilized conversation. It is possible, people. And thank you for the
well,
follow.
exactly.
But it's like, to be able to have civilized conversations, even if you disagree with someone, you need to be able to have those conversations without being like, oh, well, you don't agree with me, so I'm gonna go over here and you can go blah, 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 blah. That's not how a conversation works.
No.
There is
it
two
doesn't.
sides. You can disagree and still be friends and still go on about your day. Like, it's
Well,
healthy.
exactly.
It's not healthy to
Yeah.
agree on everything.
Yep. I mean, I grew
this
up in
this
like an old
conversation took a
school-
whole different turn, but you know, it
It
happens.
really did.
And I don't care
I
because now I
totally-
have someone to actually like bounce ideas off of now.
Well, exactly. But I grew up in like an old school Eastern European household.
Yeah, I
Right?
get that. My family is from
And-
Nova Scotia, so you know, I kind of got a taste of some of that.
If you understand.
Yeah, part of my
but-
family owns a Bible camp in Nova Scotia, so yes, I understand.
Fair enough.
There we go.
But yeah, like with my family's kind of train of thought, the mental health thing was a big taboo. It really,
Actually,
really was. And it
surprisingly,
still fucking is.
my mom hates labels.
Really?
Really. She grew up Catholic. She hates
Well, that's a
labels.
shocker.
But she's not your traditional Catholic either because of the fact, she also had a kid at 16. Not me,
Yeah,
obviously, but my older sister.
fair enough.
Just want to say, hold on, Holly said something. Alright, I just want to say God was gonna get rid of sin. Oh, really, Holly?
I fucking love it.
Holly, I love you.
We love you, Holy.
Oh shit, I love that. That's an awesome little blurb. That was great.
That was perfect.
That he's not wrong though, really?
He really isn't.
Logically,
He really
the
isn't.
logical part of my brain's going, really?
No, he's not wrong.
Logically speaking.
And that's coming from a fucking Christian over here.
Right? Well, and technically I was raised Catholic. I'm not baptized,
Yeah?
but I was raised Catholic. So,
Fair
and
enough.
usually Catholics and Christians butt heads often.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
I'm Eastern Orthodox.
Yeah, that's okay. That's also true.
We
Yeah,
really technically butt heads when it comes to Catholicism
right?
because of that whole thing. That's a whole story for another time.
That's a whole other
podcast.
podcast. That's going to be like a side note.
There we go. Write that down because now you got 2 episodes out of me. I'm gonna be your fucking workhorse and your mule.
Yeah, pretty much. You realize this because you've been the one that I've been able to bounce shit off the most so far, and actually like hold the conversation and still be able to bounce back to the original topic and not really.
Exactly.
We aren't really straying too far from it because there are streamers out there that shove religion down people's throats.
We're just doing the side quests. It's fine.
It's the ADHD thing, okay? It's
Exactly.
a process. Bear with the crazy process.
Exactly. It's a process nonetheless.
But
like,
it all did stem around it.
It really did. But like what I was saying before is that like mental health was really taboo in my family because we're Eastern European and you have that old school mindset of blah 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 and we didn't have time to be depressed. Well, my mom actually has said that to me before.
Yeah, my family has said that too.
Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of different things. Like I've lost really, really close friends to suicide and whatnot. And I've had other stuff happen to me that I still have not told my mom about. And it has been well over 6 years.
Oh, wow.
So that shit really affected me and still kind of affects me to this day.
Especially if there's no cleared air about it.
Well, exactly.
Doesn't matter, and I'm gonna say this for chat, it doesn't matter the topic. If there is still something you are holding that you cannot talk to somebody about, it is going to hold you down for a long time.
It really will. And I will say it took me years of therapy to finally come to terms with it and accept what happened.
Certain things can help with it by taking accountability for your own things in your own life. Even if it's forgiving what's happened to an extent of being able to move on.
Yep.
I hope that sounds really as good as it sounded in my head.
No, makes sense. Makes sense to me.
And I can say that as a SA victim of multiple occasions, if I hadn't put myself in this position.
SI or SA?
SA, assault, sexual assault.
Yeah. Yep. I will be honest here. I'm in the same boat.
As someone who has put themselves in those positions, so to have that happen to them, I take accountability for my actions that led up to it. I do not take accountability for what happened because that was not on me, that was on them.
And that was the hardest part for me too.
Taking that accountability is what I've done in the last 2 weeks. That was what was holding me back the most in my life. To be able to do that and take that accountability for myself was huge.
Oh, it's a major, major, major step.
Because it's something I didn't think I could do.
It's a big step. It's a big step, and not many people really talk about that, you know?
And I don't want to be looked at as a victim either, because I'm a survivor. I'm not a victim. I have
100%.
survived it, and I've moved past it. It is in my past, and I'm moving forward. And that's that.
And sometimes that's the best way to deal with it.
I'm not
is
ashamed to
you
talk
accept
about it. It
you
doesn't hurt
accept
to
it
talk
and you
about
move
it.
on. Yeah.
And I think that's the hardest part is people get into that, since we're on the topic of it, because we are. And
Yep.
people they get into that victimizing of themselves and they can't get out of it.
Yep.
And then it turns eventually into this have pity for me thing because they can't figure out how to move past it. And those people need to go and talk to a professional or figure out a way to
They
take
really do.
accountability for their own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have been able to move past it.
Yep.
I have come to the realization, hey, these actions of, putting myself in this situation is what made this happen. And I shouldn't have with those individuals. I had gut feelings that I should have trusted and I didn't because I was looking for something in my life that I was not getting in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And it led me down those paths. And I'm not ashamed to say that.
Yep.
And I think that's the hardest part for people is they find the shame in it.
Yep. No, I was in a similar boat in a sense. I was going down a rough path. I was a pothead.
Yeah.
You
I'm
would never
still a
guess that
pothead.
now. Huh?
I'm still a pothead, but it's gummies, so
I mean, fair enough. Well, I was just like heavy smoking, skipping classes.
Yeah, that was me in
like-
high school all the time.
Yeah, that was me in grade 10ish.
Wake and bake
And
and
that's what
smoke
kind
weed
of-
before I went to bed. Like I was, yep.
Yeah. That's kind of what happened to me before stuff happened. And let's just say, I made some poor decisions at a party, and that's when shit went south.
Yep.
And honestly, for
it
me,
just
it was
takes
a
one
little bit of
person.
for me, it was a little bit of a wake up call. I realized I was kind of going down a wrong path. So I acknowledge that and I accept that I made some poor decisions, but I also accept that it wasn't all my fault.
No, and
know?
that's the thing is like people confuse the taking accountability for accepting that all of it's your fault. And it's not. It's only taking responsibility for your actions. Like say for a situation like that, it's taking accountability for your actions that led up to that.
100%.
And if you cannot take accountability for the actions you do in your life, there is something wrong. And you should seek professional help if you haven't, or figure out a way to deal with it yourself, but not in a harmful way.
100%.
I got lucky. I was able to deal with it myself.
Yeah.
I've never been to therapy. Well, no, that's a lie. I've tried therapy, but it didn't work for me.
And it's not for everyone.
It's not.
It is not.
And
So
also on that note about therapy,
go
people
ahead.
need to realize that it's going to take more than one therapist to figure out what is the right therapist for you, if that is the route you're going down.
I will say this right now, as a man speaking, okay, so because I'm gonna speak out against this toxic masculinity within society, and
Yes.
pisses me off to no end. It is okay to feel your fucking emotions.
Exactly.
Cry about it. Find someone you're comfortable with. If you want to cry on your own, cry on your own. There's no harm in crying about something that is bothering you, something that's upsetting you. Whether you're upset, you're frustrated, you're angry, you're sad, whatever it is, it's okay to cry.
Crying is
cried my
100%
eyes
okay.
out. Yeah, my grandfather passed away last year. I cried my eyes out. Even though I knew it was coming.
Because you
That's
brought
a
it
whole
up.
nother
Sorry
story.
for your loss. Still sorry
I
for your
appreciate
loss.
that.
Yep.
But I wasn't afraid to show my emotions. I've cried in front of my girlfriend about stuff. I've cried in front of my friends about stuff.
I want to point on this because you say that. Being able to show your emotions to your significant other is a huge thing and on either party. Because that means there is a level of trust that needs to be there in a proper
100%.
relationship that is a healthy relationship.
Yes, because I've been in some pretty toxic fucking relationships.
I've been in
and
relationships
I will
where I've
say-
gone and cried in my bedroom by myself because they didn't care.
Yep. I've literally gone
And I didn't
cried in
feel
my-
safe
in my
crying in
partner's
front of them.
bathroom because I didn't feel like I couldn't cry in front of them. But I guess what I'm just genuinely trying to say here,
Crying is not weakness.
It's not, but this goes for everyone. But I want to say this especially for guys. It is okay to go to therapy.
Yep.
It is not a bad thing. you're looking to change, you're looking to help yourself, it's okay to ask for help. And that's
Yes.
what, for me personally, I needed help. I would talk to my therapist. I went on meds. I needed help, and that was the help I needed.
I'm proud of you for getting help. It takes a
And
lot.
I appreciate that.
On another note, though,
it's
if
not
you
easy.
have tried the therapy thing and it's not working for you, find another outlet.
100%.
And other people do weightlifting as an outlet, and it
Mhm.
works. It's not that it won't work. If it's not working for you, find something else. Men go fishing. That is an outlet for them. That is a healthy outlet. Some go hunting.
Exactly.
That is another healthy outlet. The
Some
unhealthy
people do
outlets are going out
meditation,
and getting
like-
drunk every fucking night at the bar. That is not a
Yeah.
healthy outlet.
Not healthy at all.
No.
Try and stay away from substances.
Yes, that too. Because
But
actually,
find a good,
alcohol
healthy
is actually a depressant.
100%.
So if you are depressed, stay away from alcohol because it's going to make it worse.
Yes. And quick PSA, if you are on meds, stay away from alcohol.
Yes. Do not take alcohol with your meds. I've seen what it does to people, and it's not a good thing. I have been the
Oh,
babysitter.
God.
I have
I was
been the
on-
babysitter.
Let's just put it this way. My previous meds made me a fucking lightweight.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Like,
let's just
there
put
is
it that
nothing
way.
wrong with just sitting down and relaxing and having a drink. If you were able to just sit down and have
No.
a drink and just have a nice, relaxing drink. It's
There's
when you're
nothing
getting
wrong with
drunk
that.
every fucking night is a problem.
100%.
And yes, there are people out there that do it. And I'm not knocking you guys. You guys do what you do. It's your life. You don't have to listen to me. I am not a professional in any sorts. Far from it. I am imperfectly perfect over here. I have my own faults.
We all are.
But you're not going to be able to help yourself until you realize you can help yourself.
100%. You have to take that first step, and the first step's always the hardest.
Oh, and since you know who
I'm
these
speaking
people
from
are,
experience.
that podcast that we both like,
Oh,
I was in their
yes,
live
to
stream
be better.
today. Yes.
I already know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know you do, because I was like, oh, if I just say this, he's going to know. I was in
Yeah.
their live chat today.
I was working. I didn't get to watch it today.
Oh, it was so good. It wasn't actually, okay, so I think it was like a pre-recorded live stream. It was like a premiere. It was so
Okay.
good. It was actually them talking with a therapist, oddly enough, who is actually going to make more appearances from the end of it on their show.
I love that.
I love it too. And she actually explained why therapists are actually turning to them, because they're using therapy talk because they read the books and
Yep.
they've done the work.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, I was talking in their chat with them because they were in there, and
Oh,
they
yeah?
actually had told me to drop my link because I said I was switching my content to podcast. So if you guys see this, hi.
I love that.
They actually
Oh
told me
my
to drop my
God.
channel, and I'm like, I'm actually chatting on my channel. Eventually, I will be changing the name to Onzi in Color, but this is the channel. I didn't want to switch it yet. I am slowly working my progress over to talking about this type of stuff on my content.
Well, fucking congrats.
Right? And
'Cause
then one
holy
of their,
shit, that's huge.
you know, Zach, one of their mods, actually looked at my account and went, oh, she's another Canadian. I'm like, yeah, dude. Oh, but seriously though,
Love
if I hadn't have found them when I did, like I found them a while ago, but I hadn't actually watched like their YouTube channel. Like I've seen their
Mhm.
TikToks, and I'm like, oh, I fucking love these guys. The way that they communicate is refreshing because it's not
It
the
really
typical,
is.
oh, well, you did this and da 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 da. It's not shaming your husband. It's not shaming your wife. It's not shaming your significant other to social media. And I am so
Oh, that's a
proud of them
culture I
for
just
the
don't
way
even
that they
wanna get
have
into.
they have come so far in the last 5 months, and it's hard to believe that they've been doing it for 5 months, and they have 94K followers on YouTube.
That's crazy.
Like, I love
Like,
the live
that's-
aspect of doing this. Even if it's just me on camera. Like, I don't care. Nobody has to
Yeah.
show their face. They can just come in and talk. But to
Yep.
hold the intelligent conversations is what I've been craving for so long, that being able to switch topics like this and be able to bounce around and not have someone feel like they're being belittled because of a topic. I think the streaming world needs to change that. It's everything's so negative, and it really is. It really is so negative.
It
I kind of
really
want to be
is.
that beacon of like, hey guys, there's hope. Everything's not so freaking negative. Like, there is hope for
Yeah.
people. And I just hurt my wrist doing that action, and I shouldn't have
Oh
done that.
no.
Well, no,
Please
okay, so
don't-
I don't know
don't
what
hurt
I did
yourself.
this week, but I've actually, all down here is all sore. I've done something to my arm,
Oh, God.
and it's actually hot to the touch. Like, it's weird.
That is not good. There's definitely some inflammation there.
Well, I'm worried as part of my sarcoidosis is acting up, like, because I do have my own health issues. And
yeah, that
right
I know.
now,
You-
it
we've
also might
talked
be
about that
warm
before,
because I
yeah.
have the door closed and the fan is outside the room, and I took the one out of my window because we had a rainstorm the other day. Don't want my Xbox getting wet, thank you.
Yeah, no, I would not want that either.
But I actually sent one of their videos to my oldest today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I sent it to my 16-year-old because the boy she's dating. I've asked her the key gentleman questions. I'm pretty sure you've probably watched that one.
I'm pretty sure I have.
Where he listed off what it takes to be a gentleman, and a lot of men don't do that nowadays, like the sidewalk rule.
Yep.
So
I do that all the time. I do it unconsciously, and my
I do it
girlfriend-
with my kids because I don't have a man in my life. Well, I can't say that. That's complicated. That's we're not getting into that on
I
stream.
do that
'cause it
with
doesn't
Mrs.
need to be done on
Ghostly,
stream.
and she points it out half the time. She's like, "You're doing it again." I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're not wrong."
Yeah, but it's a good thing though, because
yeah,
where is the danger?
Because she just likes.
I love that you
she
do that.
likes
That is
noticing it,
awesome.
you know.
And the fact that she points it out as a pride thing is great, because a lot of people point that
Yeah.
out as a negative thing these days.
No, she
Just
points
like
it out as a
opening
pride thing.
doors.
She never points. I That's another thing. I will literally not let her get out of the car until she lets me open the door.
I
for
love
her.
that. And
It's
I love
funny because she'll go to open the door and I fucking hit the lock button. I'm like, and she's like, fuck.
I love that. And I wish
Mind
people
you,
would
I
view
also
this
open,
stuff
like,
as more
regular doors
healthy.
for her too.
Well,
but
and
she
then
just
that's the
doesn't like
point.
touching the doors with all the COVID and everything.
don't blame
too,
her.
So that's another thing. But
I asked my daughter today, I'm like, does he open doors for you?
it's
She's
a
like,
little thing.
actually, we actually fight over it. I'm like, and then like she'll open the door and he'll go, ladies first. And I'm like, this kid, he's a year younger than my daughter. So he's 15
yeah.
and he's
Yep.
doing this. That
Yeah.
makes me so
His parents
happy
raised
that
him
my
fucking
daughter
right.
has somebody like that at that age that,
Yep.
you know, is protective, does the sidewalk
I'm younger
rule.
than my girlfriend. I'm younger than my
Like-
girlfriend. Only, mind you, only by like 4 months, but she's
Still.
technically a year older. You
And
know?
honestly, it's not the age that matters ever. Just throwing that out there,
No.
people. When you get
It's really
over the
not.
age of 20, at that point, the age really does not matter.
It
Like, don't get me
really
wrong,
does
I'm not going to go date someone that's, you know, under 25. I am 35 this year. There has to be a cap for me
The
mentally.
old fart.
Mentally, I
I'm
know,
just
right?
kidding.
Mentally, though, like, I need the mentality.
maturity.
I need the be able to talk back and forth. But I didn't realize until I found their videos what I had been craving in relationships that I wasn't getting.
Yep.
Speaking of, the child just texted me, let me know that she made it safe. So everyone, she made it safe.
Well, I'm glad she's safe.
All right,
But
now I have text
yeah,
back.
no, I missed. Like, I didn't realize what I was missing either until I found their stuff a while back.
They opened
You know?
up my eyes to a lot of stuff that I didn't realize, and it was a nice change to see.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they started making videos, because honestly, my mentality probably would have still been the same, and I wouldn't have figured out what I was craving. And to know what I was
They're literally
craving,
changing lives.
to know that what I was craving was healthy. It's not a bad thing.
No.
Because these independent women that are like, oh yeah, I can do what a man wants, and don't get me wrong, you girls do your thing. But just remember, belittling men is not the way to go. There are things that men
Really
are built to
not.
do that women are not built to do. For a
It's
reason.
literally, at that point, it's literally physiological. It's not even about a sexist thing. It's literally a physiological thing.
And
Like,
you can still
you know
be
what I mean?
independent and have a traditional relationship.
100%.
It's not a bad thing. It's not a swear word. It's a man can still be a man and do the provider and do the you know, protector thing. They're allowed. That's in their DNA. That is their genetic makeup. That is imprinted in every man's DNA.
Yep.
And you'll see it, like, including in gay couples. You will see the one that has the trait.
Yep. And that's another thing. Even in men and women, like,
Mhm.
it's literally a spectrum of
Yep.
how many hormones you have, and you can sometimes have more X chromosomes versus Y chromosomes, and you'll literally be on a spectrum, and you can still be born male but have female tendencies.
Oh yes, totally.
And vice versa.
It just means your hormone.
It's
It literally
it's
is a hormone
scientifically
level.
proven. Yeah, it's not clear cut. There's so many
Nothing is black and
studies now
white.
that have been done. It's never
Hence
black
the name
and white
Anzi in
anymore.
color, everybody. If you didn't realize, it's a spectrum of fucking topics.
Oh,
'Cause
believe
nothing
me, as
is
soon as
black
you said
and white.
Anzi in color, I was like, I know where she's going with
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Like, and it's not meant to be like black and white. Like, nothing is black and white. Like, look at the conversations today. We have gone from the plain topic of talking about how content creations is struggles, but it's still, the topic is struggles. Nothing has changed about the main topic. The main topic has always been the struggling. It's just what comes after it. The conversation
Yep.
has progressed and grown, and growth is a positive thing, in my opinion.
I 100% agree. And honestly, with like you saying growth,
Yep.
even if it's a freaking baby step,
And that's
it's
all
still
it takes.
growth. It's still growth.
Well, exactly.
You're not you're like I said with the it takes over a year to become an overnight success. It's the same thing. It's not going to happen overnight. It's one of those things that you just have to consistently keep working on.
Everything
I've been
takes
going
growth.
to therapy to grow on myself. I've been going to therapy for the last how many years?
Yeah.
It's I'm still dealing with shit.
And you're still young.
It's well exactly.
I
I'm
mean,
still
I'm
young.
going, you're still young. You still got a lot of years to freaking work on yourself.
I'm still I'm 22, so I mean
Yeah.
But there's always enough time to work on yourself.
Look at me. It took me till
it's
I was
never
almost
too late to
35
work on yourself.
years old to fucking finally get my shit figured out.
Exactly.
You got
and it
time to
happens
grow.
for everyone at a different point.
You definitely got time to grow.
Well, exactly.
And
that's what I keep telling people.
the fact that people think there has to be a timeline on the growth is ridiculous.
Oh, fuck no.
Take it one day at a time, because one day you might step back 5 steps. Same with, and that goes for streaming and content creating. Just to throw that out there for people who are here for that part of the conversation. Growth is all over, not just relationships, not just inner, but to keep your content pure and where you want it, you're going to need to work on your inner self. Just throwing that out there.
Exactly.
Otherwise, if you're going to be negative all the time, your content's going to be negative all the time.
And with anything, you have to be prepared that any avenue in life, whether it's streaming, whether it's yourself, whether it's school, work, relationship, whatever, sometimes there are going to be those days where it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Well, exactly.
And you just have to know and understand that that's okay. How do we move forward from here?
And it's not going to be an easy road. You're going to stress yourself out about it, but
never is.
You also need to prioritize what is important for you to stress about over what's not. That was my first step of working on myself, actually. I started to look at things and go, is that really something I need to put my energy into? Because it's something I can't change. And to come at it from that mentality, it's a whole other ball game, and it's a lot harder than people think it is to actually be able to do that. Because you actually have to take yourself back from that, this is happening to me moment. Okay, whoa, you gotta step back. You have to bring yourself down and calm down and be like, hey, do I need to be worried about this? And can I change it? If I can't change it, why am I stressing about it?
Well,
That's how I started to look at bills. I'm like, I rearrange the budget. If I have to pay something right away, I'll readjust it. Like, it's not the end of the world. You just have to learn to reprioritize what's the most important one. And being technically a single parent, working part-time because I don't work full-time. I also part-time stream and part-time work because of my health.
Well, exactly. And sometimes it's one of those things that you have to change the things you can, realize what you can change, and accept the things you can't.
Exactly.
You're not going to be able to change everything.
No, you're definitely not going to be able to change everything.
There's only so much that you can change. There's only so much that's in your control.
And I find that people overpile themselves. They'll stress about things
Yep.
that they don't need to be stressing about, and it's just like, whoa, back up the bus. Can you change that? Can you make it so that that makes your life easier, or is it making your life harder?
100%.
Is that something that you need to stress about, or is it just something that you're wanting to stress about? Because that's a huge difference.
Easiest example I can say, and I'm sure you can understand from this, is I did an exam for that class. I failed the first time. I retook it, and I took the exam, finished it. I was stressing the fuck out for the whole day after I took it. I was stressing the fuck out. Almost had a panic attack. I'm not even kidding. And I was like, why the fuck am I stressing about this? I know that I really only needed to get, I think whatever it was, I think it was like I needed 30% to pass. Like to pass the class.
Oh, that's...
Not even the exam.
Yeah.
30% to pass the class on the exam.
Yeah.
I finished the exam.
Good.
Why am I stressing about it now? I did what I could.
Do things to the best of your ability.
Exactly. I did the best that I could, and I realized, look, I did what I could. It's out of my hands now. There's no point in stressing about it because it's all said and done. Move on to the next thing.
On that
Start focusing on that next thing.
For even making, and I can use this now as an example for the content creation portion of the stream. Do it to your best ability, obviously. Now I just totally lost my train of thought for 2 seconds. Why did I do that?
Do it to the best of your ability. Whatever happens.
Whatever happens at that point. But you need to time management. That's not where I really wanted to go with that. There was something else that just kind of went gone, and I just lost it.
I know that feeling all too well.
You know, considering it's like a 3-hour stream, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's bound to happen at some point.
But like, you know, to make new content, it's not easy either. It's not, and people just, they overstress about it, and that's what it is. Time management, overstressing.
Yep.
And if you're having a hard time, ask for help. And that's the one thing I find in the streaming world that is not acceptable for some fucking reason. And I will say that with intent of saying that because that needed that in that sentence.
Yep. Hell, my last stream that I was on, the last one, because I streamed one more time after you popped into my second last one.
Yeah.
I was streaming with 2 other people.
Yep.
We were literally sending people back and forth between the 3 streams. Like telling each other to go check each other out.
And the one nice thing about
there's no point in streaming with a bunch of other people who stream if you can't ask each other for help.
If you are streaming with others, have the courtesy to promote the others in your stream.
It's common courtesy, honestly.
And honestly, if you are streaming, and I'm gonna say this, and I know I'm not on Twitch right now, but if you are streaming on Twitch, you can actually at people in your title to tag them so people can go check them out. They did it as a thing so you can promote each other. There's a reason that is in place. So if Twitch is wanting you to promote each other, why aren't you using it?
Use all the tools in your toolbox.
And your community is a bunch of fucking streamers, so fucking use them.
Exactly.
If you're having issues with something, be like, hey chat, I need help with this. Anyone know how to do this? Like,
fuck, the amount of times I've asked you to do that for me.
Often.
I've literally been mid-stream and I've asked you, hey Onzi, I can't get this shit to work.
Okay.
And then you're like, oh yeah, just do A, B, and C.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool, thanks. And it starts working.
Yeah,
like,
pretty much. But the thing is, like, asking the question.
There's no harm in asking for help. There really isn't.
And I find that when
you're so sad that we've gotten that.
I'm not here alone. Me and Ghostly are talking. And it's coming through on the game audio as far as I know, unless you need to refresh.
I'm hoping it's going through.
I hope so.
Hi, Icarus. I don't know if you can hear me, but hi.
Oh, you had me muted. Oh my god. Okay, can you hear Ghostly now? Because Ghostly's here. Ghostly ended up popping in because he had something to explain and now we're just talking.
We've been literally shooting the shit for the last, like, what, half hour?
Yeah, something like that. But it's been all on topic, though. It's been on point. I was talking, though. I was like, well, technically, even if the chat was moving, I would still be talking to myself. Let's just be real. It'd just be a
Yeah.
rant. It'd be an Onzi
Well,
rant,
as
which
long
is
as
normal.
you're not answering, then I don't think we need to be concerned.
If I was by myself, I'd probably be answering myself. Let's just be real. But it would be more of a, you know,
hospital? Yep,
hey,
okay, I
but you
got
can
someone here
use
for
these
ya.
examples of doing this to, you know, solve A, B, and Z, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Well, exactly. Like, not even just in. I'm gonna kind of just say this as a more broad term. Like, it. You don't need to do everything alone.
No, you don't
There's
need to do
always
everything
someone
alone.
out there willing to help you.
And I
Onzi has
know,
been my biggest help in streaming since I basically started back up again.
yeah,
Because Onzi, I think I told you before, I streamed before, but then everything got removed, deleted, whatever.
Yeah, you were telling me
account got
about
hacked
that.
and all that stuff. So I had to start up again.
It seems to be my
And
thing, okay, guys?
yep.
Even Icarus, yeah. But not
But
only, like, I've brought people
I
back
asked
to
for help.
streaming.
Yeah.
Wolfie, the
I
reason why
asked
he
for
started
help.
streaming again was because of me.
Yep. Like I said, there's no. It's a mommy Onzi thing.
He's not wrong. He's really not wrong. Like, my sound
He really
alerts
isn't.
they are for a reason.
Yep. But like I was gonna say, whether it's streaming, whether it's mental health, whether it's school, work, family, relationships, whatever the fucking case is, there's no shame in asking for help.
There's really
is not. It's okay to ask for help.
Oh, Icarus, you've missed it. We've covered religion. Oh yeah, I know. But Kick has fixed their shit since he, you know, he's been streaming the whole time I have, by the way. And the only issue we
Wait,
had
what?
was I went offline for, I think, half a second at the beginning.
What? Wait, what?
Okay,
I'm
X,
lost.
no, X,
Oh,
QC.
XQC?
Yeah,
Yeah, he has 81,156 people watching.
yeah,
right now.
he broke it yesterday. They fixed their shit this morning. Like, that's how fast they were on it. They fixed their servers. Like, I wouldn't have been able to be streaming right now.
Damn.
And Icarus couldn't get into my chat to see if it was still going or not yesterday. Like,
okay, gotcha.
it was saying host issues. Not my internet, everything was fine. It was saying host issues.
Damn.
Yeah, so the fact that he's able to have that load right now and everything's running smoothly. Yeah.
Words. Hard.
Words are not my friend, guys. Okay, there's gonna be lots of that. And luckily with my podcast, I can cut that shit out, which I already did today, because mine was a 9-minute episode and it turned down to like 7.
Yeah, that's okay. I've done that before.
Oh, but yes, the first podcast intro episode is out on YouTube. By the way, I got posted today at 6 p.m. my time, so a couple hours ago.
I'm going to be checking it out.
I did do the sneak peek that was posted on TikTok though. I did like a little clip bit from the beginning, and it was on TikTok, and then I did a little thank you one that was actually from like one of the ones I ended up deleting because after I'd done the beautiful thank you that I liked, it got a noise happened and animals happened, and I was like fucking
No.
and I ended it. Took me 3 takes to do the actual thing.
Son of a.
Yes, we did cover this yesterday.
Oh man.
We have
Anyways.
covered many topics tonight.
Yes,
many
we
topics.
have. I am going to say this. I am going to stop hijacking your stream.
You're not
'cause I have
hijacking my stream though.
Borderline. I've been here for like an hour.
That's fine. I don't mind. Sometimes these are easier to do while
though,
talking
it's like
with
2
people.
a.m.
I know.
now,
I know what
so
time it is
I'm
for you.
like,
I looked at the
I
time
need
and
to go
going,
to
I know. You
sleep
need
'cause I
sleep.
work tomorrow.
Work is important. Okay, here's called prioritizing people.
I don't work till 12:15. It's fine. I needed some socialization that wasn't
Okay.
work. So
Go
this
sleep.
worked out for me.
But also, you don't sleep properly. As a friend, I know this.
Fuck off.
So, that being said, you need to get your ass to bed, and I use swearing this time on purpose because this one doesn't listen to do that.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I do listen.
No, you don't.
My body just says otherwise. You know what I'm talking about.
I know. I do appreciate you coming and hanging out, though, and actually letting chat get to know you a little bit better, technically.
No, of course. Honestly, like, I'm more than happy. Like, if I'm literally just chilling in chat and you want me to hop on with you,
Yeah, that would be awesome.
frickin' let me know.
I
Like
will.
I am more than happy
I'll just be
to.
like,
It
bitch,
gives
get
me
in the
some
get in the
other-
thing, get in the thing.
Literally, all you literally have to say is "bitch," and I'm like, "Got you." And I'm
Yeah.
in.
It's been good though because you know me and you haven't been
Yes.
able to actually have a chat like this in a long time,
No,
especially
we
on
really
stream.
haven't.
Actually, because there's
It-
always
especially
gaming and
on
something
stream.
else going on, and ADH brain doesn't fucking work that way.
It does never work that way. Let's be
No.
honest. But yeah, because I think the last time we had like an actual decent chat, we were playing Fortnite. I think.
Yep. We're always
Yeah.
playing games. It's never just a sit down and
Yeah.
just check or check.
And
I
I
read
really
chat
like
as
these
I said that,
sit-down
but chat.
chats, hammer out some topics. I love it. So I'm really, really glad that we were able to do that. I hope maybe you can get some good content from that. But yeah, no, I'm really happy I could come on here and shoot the shit for a little bit. But yeah,
I'm glad you could too. So yes, I definitely will be setting up a time with you to do some of those things that we have talked about. Because actually, I
Yes,
think the religion
definitely.
aspect one might be actually kind of cool. Because I don't
think
want
that,
people to
that might be a nice one to kind of weave in there.
I don't think people will feel like it's going to be like, here's religion you must do, da 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 da. Between the
No,
two
God,
of
no.
us, I think it's completely going to be a different topic.
Oh, 100%. It's not going to be one-sided because most, if you think about it, most religion chats tend to be two people from the same side.
Yeah.
Whether it's for or against, it's usually
Yep.
two people from the same side. And I could probably count on one hand how many, like, either Twitches or whatever content creators have actually had one from each side and had a civilized discussion.
Well, exactly.
I'm not even talking just a discussion. I'm talking a civilized discussion. You know? And yeah, no, Icarus,
Well, exactly.
it's not us shoving it down each other's throats. We literally talked about this earlier.
Yeah, we did touch on the religion a little bit.
Because personally, that's not who I am, and I know that's not who Anzi is. We literally had a nice civilized discussion about like where we come from in terms of religion. Like,
And
I
if you
was
guys
saying
missed
that
that
I'm from
segment
Eastern
of
Europe.
the stream, it will be available on YouTube. As soon as the stream is done. You can go
Well,
check
there
it out
you
for
go.
yourselves and leave a comment and let me know and subscribe on YouTube.
Well, there you go.
Just throw that in there, you know?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, and
I should be
subscribe
your
down below.
voiceover thing. That's
Oh
what
my
I
god,
should
that'd
do.
be fucking awesome. Just for those moments.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
But we have been able, we have touched on religion, we have touched on mental health, we have, you know, we've
Boundaries.
covered boundaries and a bunch of other topics, but I think that also like helps with the fact that for certain things we're on different sides, but at the same time we kind of come together and find that common ground for it all.
Well, exactly. And those places where we have our differences, it's the sense of this is where I'm coming from, and I know you understand it because you're coming from this angle,
Yeah.
so you understand even though we're not on the same foot, you know?
Well, and the other thing with that too, it's like I think because I've done the internal work on myself in the last year, I don't feel attacked with certain subjects either.
Well, exactly. And that's one thing people, well, for me anyways, if
No, you
people
can't
ever
make me
need to
hydrate,
reach
but
out-
I will dehydrate with my caffeine. Okay.
I will say this now, and I hope it's okay me saying this, but if people ever need like an open ear to talk to, I am here. Like, I'm part of Anzi's community,
Yes.
you know? She's part of my community, so I know the same thing goes for other people. Like, if people from my community need to come to talk to you, I know they
Exactly.
can. And I hope
And
that people in your
that
community
also
know
being
it's the same way for
said,
me.
If you're wanting things to be discussed, like say me and Ghostly discuss it, you can address it in an email to my onziincolor@gmail.com and submit it anonymously, if I could speak today, and we can discuss it openly on stream if you are okay with that, or in a podcast. Like,
And that's a perfect way for a lot of people to do
if
that, because some people
that's a
don't
good
wanna
way
come
for it to
face-to-face.
help you figure it out from a biased standpoint, because we don't know you. It's a good way to work on it. And I'm not going to take any credit for that. I'm going to thank to be better for
To Be
most of
Better
that
podcast.
ideas, because they are amazing.
Oh, they're so great when they do that. I love it.
Won't let you send what there? The email? Yeah, no. But I have it turned off so people can't send links in there except for like me or moderators. Just because I don't want to deal with the same shit from frickin' what's it called? But I will be posting it actually on my actual panels in Kick. So if people do want to send emails, obviously I will filter through, and if they are crap and you're inappropriate, you will not be answered and it will be deleted.
Spam. And no, I'm not talking about
it's
the canned
Canadian.
meat.
Sorry, just to say it's Canadian. We're weird and we're part French. So
Exactly.
everything
is.
has UR in the end. I swear to God. People are
swear to
like,
God
I
it
spell
does.
things, and they're like, what? I'm like, I know. It's a Canadian thing. Like,
Well, let's put it this way: we got bigger balls and a longer field, and our beer is a lot stronger than yours.
true. Yeah, there's also a UR in flavor as well.
Yep.
I see that and I think it's spelt wrong. To be
I did
honest.
same. I was like,
Same with
is he
favorite.
trying to spell
Favorite as
flavor?
well.
Yeah. God
Favor,
damn.
flavor. Oh yeah.
His name should now be Icars, not Icarus.
No, but we're saying flavor and yes, even that's wrong. But everything like that is spelt with a UR at the end. OUR
Yeah.
is like at the end of most of them, like favor and everything.
Because we had proper.
Yeah. Flavor. Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
That's better. That's right.
Canadians are weird, okay?
Can't tell me otherwise.
And well, yeah, well, obviously flour. That's kind of like standard. I thought. Is there
Yeah,
another
no,
way
same.
to spell it? Like, does that actually
Oh,
change?
man.
Like, oh,
Imagine they spelt it FLOR.
oh, yeah,
That'd be
that's
interesting.
weird.
Yeah,
Well,
we throw a
not
U
that
after the
flour.
E. By the way. No, we throw a U after the E.
Yeah, totally. Not. Oh, but I love how we go from all these serious topics to be able to have fun. Like,
I love the switch on a dime. I love it. I love it.
yeah,
You
it's
trusted the
my
smart
brain.
ass here.
That's just
Yes,
how
we
it
did.
works. I don't
All right.
know.
Well, that being said,
Smartass.
I'm gonna call it there because I'm gonna go to bed.
You need to go to
but
bed.
I'm
But
gonna
we'll
say
definitely
this
work
as
out
a
more of
final
this.
send off. We love you all. Okay, whatever you're going through, you are not alone. Okay, don't be
Yes.
afraid to ask for help. Okay, you are beautiful. You are one of a kind. Okay, and please do not forget to call someone and tell them you love them because you have no idea how much that phone call will mean to someone.
And not only that, tomorrow is never promised.
Exactly. So I will leave it there. A little bit on a somber note, but
truthful
don't
note.
add to the population. Don't subtract from the population. Don't get arrested.
Exactly. And be imperfectly perfect.
Exactly. All right. I'm going to call it there for myself.
All
Have
right.
a good rest of your stream, Monzi. and I
Thank
will
you for
talk to
joining me,
soon.
Ghostly. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, of course. See you soon.
See you soon.
Toodles.
Bye. Where am I? My shit is like all over the place. If you would like to, it will be more of service talks is what we've been doing. So I would like to hear your struggles with content creation. If you want to join in the conversation. I have to get back into my thing because I was in the other thing. Look, I'm in. No promises? What no promises? Hello? Ah, there you go.
Hello.
Oh, whoa, that was loud.
Damn right it was.
I forgot how loud I had you turned up from last time when we were on frickin' Twitch. My ears. So yeah, the topics. Struggling in life and struggling on streaming and content creation is what we've been talking about tonight.
I will not go into life section because that's gotten. I'll go into that more later.
I definitely think me and Ghostly covered a lot of that already, and the content creation has been
because
kind
tomorrow
of...
is going to be a huge deciding factor for me
Oh.
for all of that. Tomorrow I go back into work because I threw up Wednesday. The day before I had a panic attack at work.
Yes, that's right. You were telling me about that.
And last week I was allergic to perfume and cologne, and I needed to go home because one of the cooks was wearing cologne, and I was having a really bad allergic reaction, and I had already taken 2 Benadryl.
Yep.
And it wore off, and I was having that allergic reaction again. So I had to take more, and that would have been a total of 4.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. You're only supposed to take a certain amount.
Yeah, I would have passed out during work, and I had to close.
Yes.
So there was no way that that was working. Also, hi, Holy.
No
You said
promises
no
to getting
promises
arrested.
to
Oh.
getting arrested. Holy, for the love of God, do not get arrested.
Oh, did you not miss the conversation earlier with Holy? I had to tell him to go shoot people on video games, and he said, why? Why not both? Like, this has been an all-night event with Holy.
Get the children off GTA. But,
yeah, go be a GTA parent for temporarily.
But my boss was yelling at me saying that it seemed like I didn't want to work, even though that's obviously not the case, because legally you can sign in down here 10 minutes earlier.
Oh,
There's
okay.
been 3 times where I've signed in late, but 9 times out of 10, excluding those 3 times for the 2 months I've been working with them, I've been in those 10 minutes early.
Oh, okay.
Every time.
Yeah, we
Excluding
usually
those
make people
3 times.
come in early, too.
Well, because I also do a lot of portioning, so it's those 10 minutes get me a head start and allow me to actually devise a plan to get everything done and be able to like time everything out.
I am bouncing all over the place, checking my tabs. I gotta do that every now and then, collect those bonus points.
Checking
Once
tabs.
in a while. Yep. People tabbed up while I'm doing this.
Checking tabs.
Yep.
You're not paying attention.
What do you mean?
Check your YouTube.
There's nothing on my YouTube.
Hmm.
It just says
They're called
cookies.
health. You don't see the hearts anymore?
No, not on my screen. I don't see the hearts. I don't know why.
No! I've been spamming them to you this entire time.
Yeah, yesterday. I don't know what happened, but it stopped letting me see the hearts, and I don't know why. I can't even see them on my actual YouTube.
Oh. Well,
Like,
I
'cause
haven't said anything.
I have the chat pulled up on my, like, as a viewer on my PC, but it doesn't show me the hearts, and I don't know why. It's weird.
That sucks. But,
I know.
Content creating purposes,
Yes.
my struggle, it's more of getting the time to do it. Because
Which
recently
touches on the
it's
time
been,
management. Yeah.
Yeah, recently it's been, I recently moved, and like when I was back where I was living, I had more free time to do all of this stuff.
Yeah.
But recently I've moved, my girlfriend broke up with me, my 21st birthday was a shit show, and I just haven't felt like doing anything. Gaming's been harder for me.
Well, and that's where I
Because
don't know
living
if
with
you
who I
missed that
am,
part, but I was saying
like,
inner healing and content creation go 2 and 2 together, because if you're not feeling it, you're not going to be able to do it, and it's not going to be any good content.
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday, but but with the person who I live with now, I have to catch up on a whole bunch of shows, Mandalorian, Andor, like any newer show I have to catch up on. So therefore, they able to bring it up with me without them spoiling everything. Because I don't
I haven't
like
seen
watching
any of those. I
stuff
let people
alone.
spoil it, but I'm not really going to probably plan on watching it.
I don't like watching it alone, but recently I've had to. But I also like playing games with people, not alone. That's kind of like the downside to me, is I don't like being alone. As much as like I say I like being alone, I don't. I don't like the silence because then I get caught up in my head. But I mean, after you helped me with like all my streaming stuff, I stopped having like a lot of issues.
And good. You need to find that outlet. An outlet is definitely something that you need in your life, but you need to learn to appreciate yourself and not have to rely on other people to make you feel whole.
It's not
And
I'm
that's
relying
a
on other people to make me feel whole. It's the silence. I'll get caught up in my own head, and
yeah.
that's something that where gaming alone, where I'll do, but it's not like a necessarily bad thing where I'll get caught up in my head. It's I start planning stuff out in my head in the game, and then
Mhm.
it's not I go silent. It's I start talking about it, and then someone will say something in chat, and I completely forget what they were talking about, like what I had said at that time.
And
Because what I talk about, it's I've already thought about.
there's nothing wrong with that.
So
That's not like a non-healthy thing.
I know it's like a non-healthy thing, but if I have someone here to like talk to, it's I don't try to get super ahead of myself in a conversation with
Well,
myself, like trying to
what
discuss what I'm doing.
what I was going to say was you got to retrain your brain to, if you're streaming and doing that, like say if it's like Minecraft or something, like just as an example, and you're talking out a build, consciously remind yourself when you're in that state and train yourself, and it's going to take time. You're still fucking young. You're only 21. To eventually look over at chat and remind yourself that it's there. Even if it's setting like a 5-minute reminder that auto repeats every 5 minutes saying check chat, even if it's on a silent like buzz that you can just see it, just to be like, oh yeah,
It's
hey. Something that reminds you to focus and be like, that way it's not that long of a time span between the thought process and saying it and what if chat answers it.
so the funny thing is, it's not that I'm not checking chat. It's the fact that there's usually a huge stream delay. I
Which doesn't have
forget
that big
what
of a
I
stream delay.
said 30 seconds ago when I'm like hyper focusing on like building, like you said.
Or another turn to that, have a thing in that's a timer in chat that says, hey, by the way, I hyper focus. If I miss your comment, I am sorry. You may need to remind me what I was talking about in order to carry the conversation. Because I hyper focus sometimes too, and I've done it in chat, and I've turned and went, oh shit, I don't remember what I was saying. Can you remind me if you're still here?
Yeah.
It's a way of taking
Like
accountability for the way that your brain works.
like that one 6 hour stream I accidentally pulled with you, Lovable, and Wolfie.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
a complete accident, and I meant to get back to that one person, and I whispered to them on Twitch, and I said, "Hey, you should switch up your profile name to like something catchy." And then like we started getting into that conversation of like what helped him, and I told him, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to seem like I was ignoring you.
Yeah.
It's I completely forgot to like come back to you because I hyper focused on the game."
See, I know a lot of people that, like, because I've been in a lot of chats now where people do miss comments because I do hyper focus, and they do they're doing the constant apology. But for you, a timer for in chat for themselves might be a good idea
Yeah, I
until
might just
you work
when
on it yourself.
when I start up a stream, I'm probably just gonna have something pinned. Like if I miss your comment, like don't be afraid to say something again.
Yeah.
Like something along those lines.
And remind me, send me reminders of what we were talking about. If I say, hey, I don't remember what that's in context to, can you please remind me? And it doesn't take people long to get in the habit of it. You're still a new enough streamer that it's still easy to get that as a thing in your chats, in your streams.
You're having so much fun with the words.
I've also been talking for 3 hours and 15 minutes straight.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're still going. Being honest, that's why I said something about the 3 hour mark. Like yesterday, I think we ended on the 3 hour mark, if not near.
Pretty much between switching the two streams over, because I end up switching from YouTube and Kick over to
And then I didn't end up going to bed till about 2 hours after.
probably not. It's a brain stimulation. So one thing I started to do to calm my brain down is I started reading at nighttime, because it actually helps bring my levels down from the day, and I try and leave my phone alone as much as possible.
It's not that like the lights and stuff bother me to stay awake. It's I was just sitting here chatting with people. Like someone was going through something and they asked me, they're a really close friend. So I don't talk to a lot of my IRL friends like on a daily basis. I don't talk to a lot of people on a daily basis. The
I
people I
barely
do
talk to
talk
anyone
to
on
on
a
a
daily basis. I'm
yeah, the
bad for
people I
that.
do talk
Yeah.
to on a daily basis are the people that like are like almost immediate people for me.
The way I talk to most of the people on a daily basis is when I stream. If I'm being
Yeah,
real.
but it's one of my IRL life. It's one of my in real life friends, and
Yeah.
like the fact that they reached out to me and like asking if it was like okay to chat and whatnot, because it was like 4 a.m, and they weren't like it wasn't like a suicidal thing either, which is the normal call I get.
Yeah.
Because I tell all my friends, if you're feeling this way, don't hesitate to call me, even if you wake me up. I won't care.
Yeah.
But it like wasn't that. It was their life was going so good for them. They felt like something bad was about to happen. I said
I
that's not a
understand that.
worry. Like no, trust me, I understand that, but that's not a worry for now. That's going to be a worry for tomorrow.
Well, and even
And
at that, like,
whether
that's a
that
whole
tomorrow
other
comes,
set of trauma.
yeah, but whether or not that tomorrow comes, I'm gonna be here for you.
Another way to get them to look at it too is get them to break it down, honestly, next time, and get them to think about if it's worth them stressing about, and get them to actually break it down and think about it. Because
Well,
that's
no, for
something I've
them-
started doing.
For
I'm that
them,
person.
Yeah, I get that, but for them, it's I've known them since middle school, so I knew saying that would bring them back to their senses because it made them think. They went silent for about 5 minutes thinking about that. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they were high.
Okay, as an outside perspective, though, on another note, if that ever comes up with anybody, is what I'm not generalizing your friend.
Yeah, but you need to break it down and
No,
get them to think about it more.
yes,
right?
to think about if it's something that's worth them stressing about, because it's in the future. They can't change what's happening and what's to come, and it's not guaranteed. But is it worth stressing about, or is it worth enjoying the moment as it is? Because I was that person that used to worry about things because things were going good, and I would always manifest the bad that would happen, and then bad things would happen. Be right back. I gotta let my cat out. You want out, Rebel?
Okay. I'll keep your stream entertained.
I'm just walking to the door so I can let him out to go pee. Okay.
I'll keep your stream entertained. I'm sitting here playing Tetris again.
There, I'm back.
Oh, darn.
Oh, yeah, I walked a whole freaking 4 steps to my door. I have the door shut just because the dogs are in the kennel because I'm streaming. And I don't want to listen to bark everything going past the house. Because the kids are not home right now.
Kids? The other ones in town?
No. Child has a sleepover
Okay.
friend.
Oh, that's right.
That's why she keeps popping into the chat saying, we need to do this, we need to do that. It's not referring to me and her, it's referring to her and her friend. Which they are out and it's dark out and they're on their way home, so.
I really hope they get home safely.
Yeah, it was... Yeah, not even 15 minutes ago that she had texted me, so. That they were on their way from the corner store.
How far out were they?
Across town, at the corner store that's open.
The only corner store that's open?
Or the one that they finally found something that they want to buy at, because the one corner store her debit card doesn't work at. And I still haven't figured out why.
That's weird. We have one of those here.
Yeah, and I
Except
don't know why,
we're-
because we have the same bank and my card works there. But her card doesn't, so I don't know. It's weird. And we've tried it on multiple occasions, and she's put in the right pin because she's just used it somewhere else, and it doesn't work, so.
Might not be her card then.
Well, I'm thinking it's their machine there. Oh,
That
wow, they
has to
actually
be their
kept it
machine.
underneath $5. Nice.
If she's using it other places, it has to be their machine.
Yeah, and it's weird because, like I said, we have the same bank. And mine works. So, I don't know what the problem with that is.
Could be their machine. This is a new. Ow, bright light. I forgot I had my TV on. I was
Yeah, by
watching
the way,
Mandalorian.
that's on.
Well, no, it went to the screensaver thing, and I have a Roku TV, so it goes black. And I don't have a light on in my room if I'm watching it, because it's a lot of dark scenes, and the screen is dark by default.
Ah, that makes sense.
So, when I brought it back, I didn't know my laptop sitting in my lap.
Ah,
So it switched to the brightest scene in Mandalorian. There was so much white. I got blinded for a second.
so kind of like me when I check, things on my computer when I'm like streaming. It's like a dark light. Yeah. And it's just like brightness, and I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Doing the funny face. I think tonight's stream has gone really well, and I'm actually really proud of it, and it actually makes me feel like this is actually going to go somewhere and actually be something.
I think this is going to turn out really great, considering I'm in here day 2.
Yes, you are. I know I will definitely be having Ghostly on again. Me and him did very
Y'all
well.
went for a while.
I wish you had heard most of it because you had me muted.
Yeah, well, I was also talking to a friend.
And that's
'cause she
understand.
had,
I'm just giving you a bad time, just because I can.
Meh.
Mm-hmm. But
Meh.
me and him had touched on some really good topics that I can see me and him doing like a good podcast about, like an
You're
actual
great
like
to do
series.
a podcast with just based on how talkative you are.
I've always been talkative. I used to get in trouble in school for over talking in class. The talking part's never been my issue. It's the having to find something to like bounce ideas off of is my issue. I can do it by myself now. It's not an issue. Like, it's not an issue anymore for me. But streaming has helped with that a lot. Because I felt so awkward when I first started streaming and playing off my phone and not really having a community. But then I got lucky because I did meet people before I started streaming, and I'm so glad I networked first. And there is a difference between just networking to get followers and networking to actually make connections and friendships and things that are going to last a lot longer than frickin' someone just following you. That goes for you, person that came in here for follow earlier.
You had someone come in here on Kick or YouTube for it.
Kick.
Damn.
And I actually handled it better than I would have a year ago. I'm very proud of myself for that, actually.
Nice. Well, I do have to get going.
Well,
I
I'm
gotta
glad
go
you
to
were able
bed
to
'cause I
pop
have
in
to
for a
work.
little bit.
Yeah, always.
And I'm
Like I
probably
said,
going to
just
raid out
DM
here
me if
soon
you
anyways,
need me.
because, I'm going to hitting the 3.5 hour mark and I'm feeling it.
Yeah, you probably also need to go to the bathroom.
That too. I haven't actually finished my coffee from when I actually started streaming, so that's also a thing. And I do know that where we are going to go for the raid out on Kick, so that is also a thing.
XQC, I'm joking.
No.
He still has
God, no.
53,000. I think he's good. He doesn't need a bathroom.
He doesn't need anyone else in there, are you kidding me?
Alright, but I gotta go. Love talking to you.
Alright, I will catch you
Bye.
later.
Yep, bye.
Bye. Alright. Alright, minimize this. We are going to do a little spiely. Actually, I can do that just from the Kick dashboard. I don't need that. Alright, guys. On that note, I want to thank you all for coming out and, participating in the live stream podcast. I appreciate every single one of you for being here. You guys are helping me reach my goals of being able to be a podcast content creator. Something I've always wanted. I want you guys all to be uniquely you and being perfectly perfect, because nobody's fucking perfect in this world. And on that note, on Kick, we will be raiding out. We will be going over to someone new that I've never been to before, They're playing Fortnite, and I happened to follow them because I had a really good interaction with them in someone else's stream, so we will check out and see how they do. So, let's go.
We're back.
Thank you.
We're back. You still alive?